We live.
Yeah, I had to grab me. I'm grabbing me some damn food right
Oh, you should have did that before we went
now.
live.
Shut up.
Uh-huh.
I keep underestimating that LA traffic, man. You keep making a
I don't
believer.
know why you only been living there 10 years.
And
Nah,
that traffic been notorious our whole life.
My, what?
but I'm gonna
Only
tell you,
one.
downtown traffic is a little different from the other areas. So I'm gonna use that as an excuse.
When you sat down to get a haircut an hour before, I was like, ain't no way in hell he making it in an hour back home from a
Well,
haircut.
I did make it. Technically, I made it at 4:30. I just didn't get to do the other stuff that I was planning on doing.
So you weren't prepared.
Whatever. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Hey. Uh-huh.
That is funny. Oh man.
There's a
What
lot
you
going.
got going on, Taj? What's new for you right now?
I just been chilling, checking on some family. You know, it's holiday season, so I've been spending some time with my nephews, nieces, and stuff. You know, trying to make sure they stand on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
And getting ready for a new year, God's will. You know, what about yourself?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I ain't been doing nothing. I just been working, man, on a plantation.
You said vacation?
I said I just been working on the plantation.
Oh, plantation. that's a yeah. That's a big difference. Plantation and vacation. We got to get you off that plantation, Solo. We working on it.
Mine, what? Trying to get off the plantation.
Yeah, that 9 to 5. Well, I might bite my tongue on that, but I didn't put it out there already. But that 9 to 5 is kind of like the
It's a
pandemic.
plantation.
Yeah, there you go. Go. You got more courage than me, Solo. So put it out. That shit is the plan. Fuck it.
It's a plantation. What's the
Oh,
What's
difference?
up, Dawson?
Other than we getting paid just enough to
yeah,
live.
that's right.
All they did was put a Gucci belt on it.
Damn.
Gucci belt on it.
Put a Gucci belt on the slave. Yeah, and I had a homeboy that kind of got offended. I said that before a while back, and he was still working the 9 to 5, and he kind of took it, you know, personal. I was like, man, I'm not saying you a slave, bro, but that is really an outdated system. The 9 to 5, which is made by Henry Ford. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with that. It's an outdated system. It was the Industrial Revolution system, and the pandemic exposed that shit.
Ain't no way in hell. This is what I say. I say God gave us everything we needed to live, and white people got us down here fucking working for it.
Ain't that something? Ain't that a psyop for you? Yeah.
What's good, Alex?
Jokers would charge you for air if they could.
If they fucking could.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Bill Gates working on it already.
He might be.
That ugly ass nigga right there.
That ugly ass nigga straight up and down.
That man doing hella bullshit. I'm so sick of his.
I'm trying to tell you. You say that ugly ass nigga might be working on that shit.
I don't know why he's never on people's radar after all the bullshit he's doing.
Because he don't be in the media like Elon Musk.
That's true.
Good point. Remember Trump?
Only time we see Bill Gates is when he in Africa trying to try a new vaccine or a new birth control or a new
Monsanto, whatever that shit, the seeds and all that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Elon must be on Twitter.
Yeah, every day. I don't even follow him, and he pop up. You know, that's the shit. So I get it. You know, he pop up in the news feed, the timeline news feed, and all that. But no, good point, Solo. Because remember, Trump kind of outed him like that when he flipped on Trump, and Trump was like, "Yo, you tripping? You got DTS? TDS, Trump derangement syndrome." And to see a billionaire getting his emotions like that, I'm gonna be honest with you, Trump was right. Like, yo, bro, why you going personal? And the Doge thing was business. Why you airing my personal shit out there with the Epstein files? That's kind of how Trump, checked them. Like, nigga, you acting like a chick, like getting all emotional. No gender offense, but y'all get what I'm saying.
No, I get it. I
Yeah.
ain't one of them feminists.
Solo, she knows what her people are capable of.
Yeah,
Yeah. I ain't no damn feminist. Fuck that.
I hear that.
No, I wasn't calling you a feminist, love. I was saying women in general.
But I know, but a
Yeah.
feminist will get offended by him saying,
Yeah, true.
you acting like a female,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's
That's
that supposed to mean? What's
Yeah.
that supposed to mean? Exactly what he said, acting like a female. That's
Exactly.
female shit.
yeah. And that's what Elon did in that situation. Like, he went low, he went below the belt with that, and he didn't prove it.
But look how Elon and Trump fell out. They fell out on Twitter. They got mad at each other and started airing their dirty laundry out on Twitter. Elon said Trump in the Epstein files.
Right. And that was the low blow. And I'm
That
not
was a
taking
low
Trump.
blow.
Right. And I'm not taking Trump's side. Man to man, it's like, bro, if we talking business, why is you putting if that is the case, why is you putting my personal laundry out to the world? But my takeaway from it was the world got to see the difference between the richest man in the world with money and power. And it is a dynamic difference between money and power.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Because of that, the influential part of it.
Absolutely. I got some notes on that influence, man. That influence.
Just so you guys know,
Uh-huh.
Elon Musk got $600 million in government contracts.
Hot damn. After they fell out?
Nah, that's what he got in exchange of his donation to Trump's campaign.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with that part. Yeah, that's how that's what got him inside
What Candace called him and the president of Ukraine welfare queens.
She got a point.
Absolutely.
She got a point though. Yeah.
She said the president of Ukraine is the biggest welfare queen she's ever seen.
That's crazy.
He's a welfare queen. Every time he comes here, he's begging the United States for money.
I didn't know that much about Ukraine. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but I know
they at war with Russia.
I know Elon told them he could turn off that Starlink and shut their whole front line down. He told the president of Ukraine. I was like, that's a lot of power. Because I think
to be able to do shit like that.
Yeah, he put that out there. Huh? Yeah, he was like, I don't know if he was serious or not, but he basically let the world know the Ukraine front line he got is using his technology called Starlink. And he was like, if he just turned the Starlink off, their whole front line would be shut down. I said, damn, it's a lot of power.
Right. He can just let Russia slaughter their ass.
Yeah.
He don't need to do that. They gonna do that anyway.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But America lightweight flexing they muscle through Ukraine. Y'all know Ukraine ain't doing that shit by themselves. They getting some support.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
but it's only exposing how weak the United States is, because y'all losing this one, man.
Yeah. So that's what's been going on. Yeah, that was the talk of the world today. That stuff. I guess we'll get to that later on with the topics, but
yeah. Speaking of the topics, we got 5 of them things today.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Boda came through here. I don't know where she at, but hey, I can't wait on her. So. We got, as you see, very first one. We addressing us, and I think this is big, but I think that's part of what this gender war thing that's going on, where a lot of it lies. We don't have an understanding of each other. We've lost that because of a multitude of things. And then, of course, you got we're gonna wrap it up about this toxic black music because we got a lot of that shit. We got a lot of that in today's time. And it's very influential. That goes to that influence shit. I don't think, other than, I don't know, I guess when we get there, I'll ask y'all that question. And then there was another clip that kind of went viral that I thought it was an interesting point, and I wanted to get y'all take on it. This lady was having a huge, they kind of was shocked. She was saying she chose Jesus over her son. And I want to get y'all take on that. And then, of course, lax criticism. That's in relations to what pretty much sparked that up is I'm pretty sure the majority of us know that 50 Cent came out with a documentary talking about Diddy. And he got some support in it, and he also got some criticism from people such as, Dame Dash, Marlon Wayans, people like that. Obviously, people like Diddy's family. People in that general, gave him some pushback about it. Then lastly, we're going to talk about this street code because in my opinion, that is something that's very detrimental to our community. Like we're us trying to follow that street code is getting a lot of us killed and put in jail. And then I think it's getting to the point that even civilians are trying to follow the street code, but you're not even in the streets. And I think it should absolutely be a separation when it
Yeah.
comes to
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So that's our 5 topics and what it's going to be touching on. We can go ahead and start with the first one. I don't mind going first on this. I know I normally let y'all go first, but I don't mind going. So I absolutely think that there's a major disconnect among both genders. And when it comes to an understanding, because for one thing, I think the roles has been reversed for a lot of us. Like you got a lot of men that's very feminine now, and it don't necessarily means like they wearing dresses and carrying a purse, but like their thought process is more so of the behavior that you typically would get from a woman, and vice versa. Women are choosing to work a whole lot more than they used to, and are very very controlling now. And it didn't used to be like that. So I think there's a major disconnect because we just don't understand each other at all. Like I think men are very simplex, but feminism, which is crazy, we touched on it briefly earlier, has designed, women to believe that men are this, and that, when it's actually it's just really just X and O's. Like, bro, in order to make a man happy, it's this simple. Please don't be a super pain in the ass, because I prefer peace. Be supportive, and don't go out there and be a hoe. You do that for the most part. Man really ain't tripping. Not saying that this is gonna stop this nigga from cheating and nothing like that, but for the most part, the basics, that's all it requires. Now, me, I don't want to speak for women when it comes to that. I'll wait to hear Solo's answer on that because she would know, obviously would know more about it than I would. But obviously, I think there's a major disconnect where we just don't understand, because most men now, since so many women portray themselves like a hoe, even if they not that. Being extra, wearing extra revealing clothing and stuff like that. And I'm just gonna keep put you in the thought process of what most men think like. If they see you wearing super tight clothes that's basically exposing your butt, open shirts and dresses that's exposing your titties all out and stuff like that, they gonna think you ready to go. It's just what it is. The likelihood of a man coming at you over sexual is significantly higher than a woman that's, I'm not saying be like a Muslim and cover, wear the clothes and all that, but like just have on some clothes where it's not too revealing. And then the man will be looking at you like, you know, she cute. I like the way she thinks. He's gonna start looking at other attributes about you than just sexual. Again, I won't speak for the women because I'm not, I want to give Solo the opportunity to answer that part. But I think that's part of the reason why we don't understand each other. I'm gonna go ahead and open the floor. Solo, I would love to hear what you got to say in regards to that.
Why Taj can't go?
Well, I just spoke as a man. I thought it would be nice to let the woman go that, but if you want him to go, I'll go ahead and grant that.
All right. Um, yeah, I think in our community, because we are the sons and brothers and nephews of black women, they literally raise us. They not just before you even get to raise, they birth us. They understand us better than we understand them, especially when it comes to pushing buttons. And on the others, on the other side of that, because the black man is not as powerful as we should be, that introduces the power struggle between us and our women. And I'm committed and just driven to win, our women back as a culture. Like on a personal level, I'm all right. But as a culture, I hate this. It's like we lost our women, and the black man brotherhood, we got to strategize on how to, win our women back. So I'll conclude my answer with that they know us better than we know them. And this thought is in my head. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I remember I got to do a name drop. I remember Neil deGrasse Tyson was interviewing at the time this guy who was not self-proclaimed, but proclaimed by the scientific community to be the smartest scientist in the world before he passed away. Now I guess it's Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil deGrasse asked the guy, out of all the stuff he knew about, what was the most challenging, y'all know where I'm going with this. What was the most challenging thing for him to understand? And he said women. He said women. So I'll rest my case with that. And yeah, that's it. I'm passing the mic.
I think that we understand each other on different levels. I agree with Taj that the reason why we are, I think, so frustrated with each other is because we know how to push each other's buttons, right? Black man is gonna know how to push a black woman's buttons. A black woman is gonna know how to push a black man's buttons, especially if you guys are in a romantic relationship. So uh, it's gonna be back and forth. I think that when it comes to us trying to just understand each other on a global level, like us as a group, not us individually trying to build romantic relationships. I think that the issue is that we have such traumatic experiences with the other gender before we're even out in the world having these different relationships with different types, with people of other genders, right? I feel like a lot of times, not saying that all of us end up like with one parent, but a lot of times the issue is that you didn't really have a good relationship with the other gender prior to you leaving your childhood home. And so you never had a good relationship, or maybe you did have a good relationship with the other gender, but it wasn't as close as you needed it to be, like someone or of a close familiar relationship that was able to sort of teach you that, although this relationship didn't work, other relationships can work, but they are in your life more frequently than you seeing them every few months. I don't think that's enough to build a relationship, but I do think um, that we just don't have a lot of good experiences with the other sex prior to us growing up being adults. I think that if so, I think that that's the and then when you get out, once you get to this point, now you're 18 years old and now you're out in the world and you're building relationships with the other gender, and you're an adult. I mean, that takes a lot of self reflecting. That takes a lot of work for you to fix your outlook on the other gender. So I think that's sort of the base level, I think, of the issue between black men and black women. Um, but ultimately, once we're able to get past the trauma, we are then able to recognize that no one can understand me more than a black woman, and as a black man, as a black woman, no one can understand you more as a black man. So I agree that there is a misunderstanding. I think it comes from our previous relationships, and now we're trying to sort of fix it, even though we haven't worked through the trauma. So the misunderstanding part, and also we don't give each other space to even consider what the other party may be trying to explain. I feel like a lot of times when we're having these conversations about what black women are experiencing and what black men are experiencing, that the other gender doesn't give them the space to be vulnerable and actually like explain how they're feeling without it being sort of a deflection where, okay, now we're now instead of addressing what the black woman said or what the black man said, that we come up, try to in our brain come up with a response that will shift the blame back to them instead of letting us talk about the issue that the black man is talking about right now and dealing with that, and then we can go to your issue with black men and how you want to fix it. I think it's a lot of times it's a tit for tat, like, well, you this, well, that's because it is, but that's because it is. Well, no, let's not just go down that rabbit hole. Let's just first address the first topics of how he said as a black man, how he said he felt. Let's address that. And then we can go to your trauma, black woman, and address that. So we're not able, a lot of time I don't see black men and black women having these conversations and sticking to that point and dealing with that, and that causes us to misunderstand each other. Um, but I think, like I said, we're so traumatized, whichever, regardless of what your trauma is. A lot of us are traumatized. A lot of us are traumatized by the other gender, and it's smoke. Black men is smoke for black women. Black women is smoke for black men. It's no level of understanding where we can go either or. Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't think a lot of men like to say that they all they want from women is for you to look good, be my peace, and fuck me when I want you to fuck me. I don't think it's that easy with men. I feel like they have a whole lot more
It's
that they expect
it
from women. I think to me that's not it. They have a whole lot more that they expect from black women and expect from any woman, and it's more than that. And I think that if it is that, I feel like that's how you end up sitting on the podcast talking about, I've been married to my wife for 10 years and I don't love her, or I don't know her, or it's just. I feel like your relationship with your spouse, your partner, the person you're going before God, has to be deeper than you shut up when I ask you to shut up. You are
No,
fine
well,
when
I,
we
I
sit
wasn't
with you
implying that part.
and you sex me when I want you to sex me. I just feel like the relation it just has to be deeper than that.
What
Um
I'm
and
saying
I
is,
agree. And I think for women, I think that a lot of women want a preferable thing. I guess I can't talk for all women, but I mean, um I think I'm not gonna even portray like women just want things that I can just name off. It's a whole list of shit, especially if you asking me. It's a whole lot of shit that I want. But yeah, I think that's it.
well, I wasn't necessarily saying that that's all they think you're good for, and that's all we want you to do. I'm just saying that it's that simple. Like they be thinking that it's a lot of them be thinking. I'm gonna say this. They'll put the they'll put the man's mind and what he's thinking and what he should be doing or something like that from the lens of a woman, and that's where the disconnect comes in at because we don't operate the same way women operate. A lot of women do that. So all we saying is, like I say, be supportive. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be a pain in the ass. We like I tell people this all the time. I think I can speak for most men that women in general are can be very annoying at times, which is fine because I'm pretty sure women probably think the same shit about us. That's fine because we're the way we were created. We're different. We supposed to become one with our differences. That's the problem. But I think the way the world is designed right now is designed to idolize the more feminine perspective of things now, and masculine traits are being demonized right now. That's absolutely happening. So we are not able to have our say so on what we really think without being attacked. Like if more men was able, like say, y'all remember that trend? They was having this trend probably like at least 5 months ago or something like that, where they were saying we listen and we don't touch. Yeah, I know you've seen that trend. If men were able to actually express themselves and women would actually listen and not judge, you would see that a lot of these things that men that are speaking out are saying isn't as toxic masculinity the way they think it is. Actually, most men actually think that. It's just majority of them aren't willing to come out and just say it. Any
Hey, what's
other?
up?
You know,
Check it.
I mean, I guess. I mean, maybe.
I'm telling you, it really is like that.
I mean, but it also depends on what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I just want to
It's,
shout out SG real quick. Go ahead while y'all was quiet. He
go
said,
ahead.
"What's up?" Yeah, and I was just shouting out SG. He said, "What's good, Taj and Solo?" And then all I see, what up? All I see for me, she said, at this point, we don't want to understand the damage runs deep. We have displaced anger toward each other due to past traumatic space syndrome. And I've always kind of said that like it's deeper than our lifetime. This shit go however many decades or hundreds of years. because we still carry that DNA. So I agree with all in, especially this line right here. We have displaced anger toward each other due to past traumatic spouse. I think she might have been spouse, maybe space syndrome, but that's it. And
Sexual
then,
slave.
yeah. Oh, slave. Yeah, that'd be more appropriate, right? Past traumatic slave syndrome. I've always said that. Yeah, I
Yeah, no,
think
I
they deep.
completely agree. I think not even as it relates to genders. I just think that black people in general, they have a misplaced anger. And like I was just telling Jamie, like we mad at each other because we live in a black neighborhood, and it's black people that's breaking in my car. There's black people that's robbing me. That's black people that are, harassing me. There's black people that are doing all of these bad things, not realizing that these so-called black people, the black people, they're black people, are the ones are under the same oppression that I'm under. And a lot of times that we don't realize that we're getting pit against each other
Mm-hmm.
with economic when we're not being economically empowered, we're gonna start feeding off each other.
Yep.
Right? That means I gotta steal your car so I can sell the parts. That means I gotta rob you when you come home with your groceries. That means I gotta do all this for myself to eat, not realizing that you struggling, I'm struggling, and it's somebody who eating off all of us. But we don't see them because we're in the, what I'm saying, we in the hood with each other. But we don't see the people that's stripping the resources out of the community that's requiring us to behave in this way to survive.
Right. So no, I'm chuckling that Bradford to make a logical comment and then he'll go right
I
back.
know it's crazy, right? I was thinking the same shit.
Because the comment is logical. Then he got right back on SG with the trolling. That's it.
That's never so damn funny. I sure was gonna be like this nigga right here, boy.
Like he'll just take a sane moment, the type of comment. So he said, woman is supposed to be, and I actually agree with the comment. Woman is supposed to be man's helper, absolutely, according to scripture, and they support each other, not to be treated as a slave. People get that woman be submissive part out of context. That's Bradford giving us a little sanity there.
No, I agree. I mean, I think the woman should be submissive. I mean, isn't that in the Bible? Isn't it like the child
Yeah,
of woman that
but
hit dad and then got?
yeah,
I don't understand what the problem is. I think most women want to be. I think
they
most
do.
women want to be in the house.
Uh-huh.
I'm like Candace. I
Black,
think most women want to be in the house, taking care of
yeah,
the house,
I
taking
like
care of
that.
the kids. They
Uh-huh.
do. They
Yeah, they
do.
do. I agree
But
with you
we
on.
have to go out and create and build careers and get jobs, and we have to go out and work out of survival. That's another thing you said, Jamie. That women, they want to work. They want to work too much. They masculine. And I'm like, yeah, because we're forced to. If I didn't work, I'm
I'm
a
gonna
single
that
female.
part.
If I didn't
Okay.
work, what would I be? Homeless, living in my car, which probably won't happen because I ain't got a job. Like, women are required to work. I think it's out of survival. To
It
be honest,
is. It is.
it's out of survival.
Uh,
We don't want to work. We rather
It's
go
not.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you
on
know
both,
no,
it's survival on both
no,
ends.
it's
I mean,
not.
we can't take
Yes,
care
it
of our
is.
women the way we want to as a culture, not on a personal level. I take care of my women, but on a cultural level is. So let me ask Black American women this: have y'all ever considered that in the world? And Jamie, we've discussed this before years ago when we used to work on set. Have Black American women, specifically Black American women, ever considered the fact that when you browse the world, that we're the only culture where the women are sort of have been placed above the men. There's no we can take the whole Asiatic continent out the conversation because y'all know in the Muslim countries the women can't even dress how they want to dress. So take all the Muslim countries out the conversation. Asia, Europe, all of them, the men are more powerful than the women. So I'm asking Black American women, why is it that our culture, y'all think that just happened out of evolution, or was it by
Hell
design?
no.
Thanks,
It's
Solo.
definitely
Take it
by
from there.
design. Like, that
Thank you.
is a design. They removed black dads out of the community through death, through the what is it? Mass incarceration, drug epidemic. They pulled black men strategically out of our communities And now the woman was home alone with the kids, and now she has to work in order to provide. So it wasn't like I feel like this generation of women is gonna be hard to break because of what we saw prior, the
Yeah.
generation before us to go through. It's gonna be hard for us to say, have y'all thought about just depending on y'all men? That's gonna be hard because we didn't watch our moms depend on men, or if we did it go well? Was it a good environment? Was it something that mom would recommend her daughter go through? So I think that it's definitely a design, but it's turned into this woman's empowerment, because I think that Black people as a whole, we just lean into our accomplishments, not knowing that this was like we turn this strategic family destruction plan, we've turned that into, now Black women are the most educated people in the
That's the
country.
cover up, right? But
Yeah,
it's complete,
but it's really that. Okay, how many of these, we're still last in place to get married and first in place
right?
to be divorced?
That makes it incomplete, right?
And
That part.
that's what I was gonna touch on. See, that's what's really impressive when being measured as women. Like when women are they say the saying for men measuring they measuring their dicks. When women are measuring, you know, where they stand among other women, it's, oh, are you married? Are you married to a good family? Like being able to say, oh, I'm married. I'm part of the, like, for Black people. I mean, shit. What's a good family? We would be proud to say we're part of.
The Huxtables.
The Huxtables.
The Huxtables. That's a good one. That's a good one.
And
Oh,
that's a TV
How
oh,
can
family.
you
Huxtables.
forget that Black
You know it's
man?
bad when we got to say a TV family. God
It's
damn.
crazy. It's crazy, right? I was looking for a real one, but
We
you
said,
know,
as far as real one, I would have to say, I mean, Jay Z, no fam, Jay-Z, Beyonce. I think in our culture,
Mm,
Jay and Bay and the Obamas are at the top of
hey,
the list.
mm,
Or
mm.
LeBron. It's as far as famous families.
we don't
Let me
have
hear you. Let me hear you in solo top. The Obamas, the Carters, and the LeBron, the Jameses family. That's
we
the
can't
top
have
three.
it. My point is we don't have it.
I
Oh, you.
mean, it would definitely have to be between the Carters and LeBron James. I really would lean more towards LeBron James them,
Hmm.
but I wouldn't count neither one. Neither one of them would be in my top three Black families.
Damn.
I agree.
Can you replace? Do you have any another name of a family we could put and to replace them?
Let me think.
Oh shit. Solo. So you done tore it down and you ain't had no replacement. You done all right. So
No,
We ain't
because
got none to pick
because
from.
I'm going outside of celebrity like zone. Like
all
they're
right.
not celebrities. Whoever this Black family is, they're not gonna be.
How could they be used
I
as a
mean,
model
but
if it's not a?
because I guess I'm not judging them based on their popularity or their fortune or their money. I'm thinking about which one of them came in and actually made some changes for Black people
As a family?
as a family.
or
Which
a,
one of
or
them
a
made the
good
biggest imprint
representation,
That
in
changed.
the Black
Yeah, that
like
community?
changed the whole.
no, like you don't have no stains on your resume. Like this is a good, upstanding family. The
I was
man,
about to. I'm gonna tell you who I thought I
true
was about to
definition
say.
of a
I
great
was about to
father.
say fucking. Uh, I guess
Because
they
you,
not families. I guess they like it's just like the dads. Like I would say, uh, shit. I wouldn't even say what you call. Who was that at Jackson State? Who was that? Prime
Oh,
time.
you know
What's his
what?
name?
He almost was a good one.
No,
Almost.
I feel like he sold Jackson State out. I don't
That's why I
fuck
say
with
he
him.
almost was a good one
I don't.
because with the way he represents his children and stuff is flawless. But I
but
agree.
I thought we was talking. So we're not talking traditional families where a mom and a dad in the house. Because
See, I
he,
was thinking that.
And I was gonna say he doesn't. I don't even know who his wife is.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that don't count. So if you can't name the wife, the lady who the children come from. So we're talking about full families. And y'all saying Obamas, the James, and the Carters are not good examples. Who are? I haven't.
Mm-mm.
So I guess we back to the Huxtables. And that's a
The
Hollywood
Huxtables.
family. That's crazy. That's
The
a Hollywood
Huxtables,
family.
yeah.
That's a TV family.
What you
So
want
yeah,
me?
we in bad shape. Yeah.
We in bad shape.
Yeah, we in bad shape. Hot
We
damn.
very bad shape because they don't allow us to see a healthy, mother and father in the household with good children that are smart, respectful, and presentable. Like
Hmm.
we don't, it's crazy that we're sitting here searching and we really can't.
And we got three intelligent brains. I gave three names. Y'all haven't given any
I
outside.
I, I can think of one that I think can trump all of them. Actually, I just didn't say it, but he only got one stain, I guess, and it's small. I'll say
Who?
the Currys.
Who?
The Currys. Steph Curry's family.
But he
But what they
doesn't have
doing for
James.
black people?
That's the reason why I was like, as far as that side of it, but we're not necessarily talking about them doing things for their community. What I'm talking about is being a good representation of this is how you should carry yourself.
How is the Curry? But Jamie, you often say how Aisha emasculate Steph. So how is that the model family?
That's the one stain I'm talking
So
about.
so we don't we still in bad shape.
Yeah.
And you said the Currys would trump the Obamas. Well, Michelle is kind of emasculating Barack at this point. So the
Exactly.
only family we have, in I guess,
And
Savannah is
Barack got the come on, bro. I can tear Barack apart. Don't do that.
all right. So we got the James family and the Carters. Savannah does a pretty good job not emasculating LeBron. Can we agree on that?
True, but
Not
LeBron
necessarily.
brings them down. Savannah wins. LeBron brings them down
That's facts.
because he to me he does a lot of stuff you can that's been put into the media, although nobody has been able to 100% prove it as of yet. It's still out there. You know what I'm saying? And the same can be said about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Outside of Aisha Curry saying the crazy shit that she's saying while being married to Steph, you don't have that. You don't have shit on Steph. You can't say, "Oh, he was allegedly cheating." You can't say he's doing stuff that damaged families. You can't say none of that stuff. He's spreading homosexuality like Obama's doing. He ain't did none of that.
All right. All I see for me said Minister Farrakhan family. The
I don't
Farrakhan.
really know his family. That's I saw that. I don't really know his family, so I can't speak on it. But
All right.
who knows? Charles, are you familiar with his family
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. I mean, I don't have any dirt on his family. Everybody got a role to play. His son is the supreme captain of the nation. Mother Khadijah, they've been together 50 something years. They got multiple kids. So we're just talking about model black families. I definitely add them to the list. Haven't
Well,
really had
it
any dirt.
sounds like he's right for the picking.
Yeah, that was his grandson that made it to the league, and he didn't last long just because of the last name Farrakhan and how controversial that is. But no, I definitely would add them to the list of model black families. Yeah, I can't remember. He got some pretty daughters too. I think they all married, but yeah, he got some real. Pardon me for being shallow, y'all, but yeah. So yeah.
So, Talia, we're basically talking about right now. We're about to go ahead and move to the next topic, but we were talking about if we were to present a model of what a successful black family looked like that we all could look up to, who would it be? That's basically what we were talking about.
Oh, I think I'll still have to go with the Carters, y'all. I think I'll put the Carters. Nah, I'm gonna go with the James. The James.
No, bro, because Jay-Z don't did way too much dirt, bro.
Yeah,
That's a good point. That's
Jay
a good
Z is the Diddy waiting to happen.
point.
Exactly. He's worse than Diddy.
Solo done
He
put it out there. All right,
Yeah,
damn.
bro, shit, fuck that. I'm going back her too. Fuck.
So that's two. All right, so the James family. We got to say the James family
I'll take LeBron over
over the Carters. So
them.
you'll
me
take
Yeah,
the
too.
James family over the
absolutely.
Carters. I can
Yeah.
kind of rock with y'all with that. You right. Jay Z does got some dirt, so
Like,
I'll put the
look
Carters
at how many
above.
people he done backstabbed and shit like that.
Yeah.
And who is part of Jay-Z's close circle that he brought along with him and made them come up? LeBron can at least say he did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't get around that. Talia, to shout out to Talia one time for Talia.
Then you hop on Beyonce. How many songs she done stole from somebody? They got a lot of dirt.
All
They
right,
have,
so it's the James family. Before we move on, can we say
yeah,
from
'cause
the names we mentioned?
from what I know, Savannah is squeaky. From what I
She is.
he's
She
squeaky
is.
clean.
Yeah,
So even
I love
even
that story.
Brian got a couple little cracks in his arm. Savannah's squeaky clean. With the Carters, Jay-Z and Beyonce got stains on their resume.
What stains Beyonce got?
She just told you
Beyonce
one of them.
I missed it. What you said, Solo?
She be allegedly, look, I don't want to get sued for the
Allegedly.
opinions I got.
Allegedly, right?
Allegedly, Beyonce steal songwriting credits from people.
But that's professional, Solo. We talking family affairs. That's
But that's messed
professional.
up.
Nah, but
That's messed up.
mistreating somebody is not something that you would want to present to the world.
How many people said? How many people? Okay, I like that. Angela Bassett and her.
Yeah, I
husband.
like that too. You beat me to it. I
That's a
like
good
that
one. Hey, who said that one? I
And
think
Angela is the best cheerleader. Jamie, remember we talked about how like the cheerleading chick, and Angela, no, he just got his star. And when you just see Angela behavior and being supportive to him, I mean, boy, we can get more of those.
I love it.
What's the
Angela
other girl's
Bassett is
name?
a perfect example
If we can
of
get some more cheerleaders, that'd be awesome.
What's
yeah,
the
she's
girl name?
she's a
Denzel
perfect
Washington
example of
too.
someone. My bad.
I was just saying Denzel Washington too.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, how we? There you go, y'all.
Yeah.
There you go. Some out there.
You don't hear no scandals on Denzel Washington.
True. All right, so the Washington family, Denzel and Pauletta, shout out to them. All I see for me put Denzel and Pauletta.
Yeah. So,
Hope nobody
so
missed.
like, that's what I'm. So back to my original topic. Now that we were able to get some, we got the Washingtons, we got Angela Bassett's family, we got what was the other one?
Talia want to know about mixed families.
Now we
Solo to my
Come on, man. Talia, is this your first time coming here?
Oh snap! Yeah, Talia regular.
Yeah.
I've been seeing Talia. She check in often. She tap in. Yeah. So we not counting mixed families.
No.
She got a point. I mean, once the children come out with sun in their skin.
We get that, but that ain't what we talking
No,
about.
but we can't forgive the original
Talking
sin.
about black family because look, this is the thing. We have stories where they are introduced in Hollywood. Because the whole topic of how this started is how the elites that's controlling stuff want to present to the world or put on television or in music a good, positive version of a black family. They'll give it to you with an interracial. Like we can name countless shows where it's a black husband, white wife, or a white husband, black wife. We have that, but they'll never let you see two dark black families outside of this new show, which Solo I told you I think you should check out. I think that one you would like.
Trauma.
Called Forever. You said what?
I don't watch black trauma.
Now it's not black drama though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Anyways, it's called Forever. That one's pretty good because that actually gives you a different perspective of a lot of things. And they're a good, successful black family. They just have struggles and stuff like that, like of dealing with raising their child who's he has ADHD or something like that. But it's a good show. I think that one you would 100% like. But anyways, the point is they're not going to give us that. They'll give us the black and white, so that's why it doesn't count. Angela
That's
Bassett.
uh,
Oh, I was going to just answer her question.
you got
Um, I forget his name though. You know his name? It's really crazy. But I know he.
who Angela husband?
Huh?
Angela husband?
Yes.
Yeah, Courtney B. Vance. He's over the SAG
That's what
after
I was just
foundation.
ready to say. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
he's our president. Yeah, he's
he's
the
the
president
president.
not of the right of the nonprofit foundation, not the SAG after union, but he's the president of the nonprofit foundation. Courtney B. Vance. He was behind the scene. Angela was more popular than him for decades. But once everybody found out, she very supportive of that dude. I mean,
That's why and that's what I was about to get ready to give her some big praise.
yeah,
Angela is a perfect example of a
yeah,
woman. Even if you're not a housewife, like, because this is the thing, I think our sisters have a very hard time balancing being a wife and having a successful career. Majority of them can't do both. But Angela is an exception as far as I could see, because she still is very respectful of her husband
yeah.
and still has an obviously successful career, and she doesn't embarrass him.
At all. No signs of that.
The
Right.
roles she takes aren't disrespectful roles that you will be ashamed to be like, why my wife decided to take that role? You
Right.
know, she doesn't have that. So
Right. Agreed.
she's a great example of a woman that has a successful career and still a good wife, as
Yeah.
far as we can see in the public eye.
Yeah. 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 Much love to Angela for giving us a great example on what it
Right.
looked like. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and move on to this next one, y'all. We've been on that one for a good little minute. It was a good one. Shoot. So the next topic we're gonna address this toxic black music that's going on. I don't know about y'all, but I think what's on, which is crazy, probably because most of us are people that don't really dip into a lot of things that's a cancer to our community too much. But I know a lot of the modern day music, I don't listen to the shit now. Like it's very, very limited because it's so many artists that they only put out toxic music, and it absolutely is affecting our community very heavy. So I want to get y'all's take on how much of an influence do y'all think the music is on us, more particularly our younger generation.
Ladies first. You want to take it first, Solo?
I mean, I think certain, I mean, of course, like this new wave of rap, this new promotion of drugs, this new promotion of, don't be, don't be what I would say, a man, a provider. Don't be that. That makes you a simp. But then you got it also like encouraging girls to be, you know, out there, you know, F this dude, whatever. So I agree with that. But I just think that our toxic music is just another way that, let's be honest, the system is using to deteriorate our our population. I mean, it's just another thing that they're using to influence our people to do things that are not good for them. Um, to I mean, I don't listen to it. To be honest, I don't really listen to the music because it's never good music. I feel like a lot of these rappers now, instead of making a song that's about a topic, you know how Tupac made "Dear Mama," the whole song was about him dedicating that song to his mom, and like when, just like back in the day when you made a song, it was about a particular topic. Nowadays, I found that a lot of people they make songs and they get on there and they just talk about a whole bunch of random stuff. And so to me, that's not good music. To me, I'm not gonna cut that on. So I spend a lot of my time watching, listening to music from where we grew up on, cause that's where the music is. Nowadays, if you're gonna rap about harming black people, you're gonna rap about drugs, you're gonna rap about, you know what I'm saying, girls being hoish and men being thugs, killing each other, selling dope to each other. All of that. I mean, that's what's getting promoted nowadays, you know, a destruction of our community. And um, so I mean, they do they really encourage us to listen to it, or they want us to ignore it? I mean,
When you say that, you mean like the music companies, the major.
yes,
Oh hell yeah, yeah. I mean, Jeezy just spoke on this, but I want you to finish. The rapper, the OG rapper, Young Jeezy, just did a great segment on how the labels know that eventually these artists are going to get killed, and then they get their catalogs pretty much like for free. Like the artist is dead, but the music company is still not recoup, or receiving
yeah,
royalties.
making money
Yeah,
off the masters.
right there you go. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
wouldn't be shocked if they went out there putting hits out on
Yeah.
our
Damn,
rappers.
that's yeah, that's
Cause
a
you
They
know
are.
tough.
they got,
They have the
cause you
insurance.
know they got life insurance policies on these
Uh,
rappers.
damn.
Exactly. Mhm.
You
That's what
think?
happened to Takeoff, I believe.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Allegedly. But that's what happened to that nigga. It's sad.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like
I
I,
had
I definitely wouldn't be shocked if these companies are making money off our rappers. It's we was just talking about that. Anytime a major black artist start asking questions about their masters, they always end up dead.
yeah, yeah,
And you should think about our major artists, Prince, uh Jackson, Michael Jackson, and Whitney Houston. All started asking questions about their masters and they end up dead shortly after.
yeah.
That should be
Another
that
more
should be an
recent.
eye opener.
What's the name of the one, Taj? I'm pretty sure you're familiar with who. Thank you. Ali said it before I get. Thank you, Ali.
Angie Stone, more recently.
As well.
And Stone, yeah,
He's the one I was just speaking of.
yeah.
And speaking of Angie Stone, I was looking at something, right? It was this former CIA member, right? He was speaking about how powerful AI is getting, right? And he said that AI, they got so much power in the CIA with AI now that they have the ability to tap into a car or whatever vehicle that you're driving, as long as it like is new enough that it has some kind of AI system inside of it, they can tap into it and control your car and make you crash. So Angie Stone was on the road, right? And I believe something happened with a crash and a truck ran into her or some shit.
Uh-huh.
That may have been what happened to her.
Yeah, it ain't hard to orchestrate. They got the power to orchestrate it, so it's possible. I see you highlighted Bradford comment. That's a good man. Bradford, this might be the first podcast where he kind of weighing in with some solid stuff. And I was gonna read that, but you highlighted. But it was another one I wanted to catch. I'm trying to all I see for me as is it toxic or a true depiction of what America has been? Great question. If you ask me.
It's the true deflate. It's the true representation of what America's done. That is the oldest trick in the book. That is
Right.
the oldest trick in the book. They have been doing this for decades, killing people off for decades. That's they secret weapon. Is you going end up that's what I'm saying. Candace Owens, girl, you better stop.
Solo. So I gotta ask you as a black American woman, Solo, because y'all, I mean, it seemed like when I say y'all, I mean the black American women, what percentage would you say is holding out on Candace as far as, and I'm not asking about an embrace, like y'all should, give her a hug and all
Mhm.
that shit, but are black women being too cold as far as because that battle she got going on right now with what you say, how you call it, that state nobody can, that state in the Middle East nobody can. I mean, for her to be on that battlefield, she got her white husband backing her up. But I guess my question to you is, can our women see some benefit for the culture, out of some of the stuff she's doing?
If anything, I think they could. I think they can look at Candace as inspiration.
Uh-huh.
That's what they really should look at Candace for, because if Candace can talk about that Middle Eastern country that nobody can talk about like she
Right,
do,
right.
then you can stand up to your boss, can't it? Your supervisor, can't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm asking because when I go through the comment sections, I see more Black American brothers, Black American men sort of rocking with her more than the ladies. And then, those of us who care about our women who are still upset with her, we want to handle y'all delicately. Like, damn, they not letting that shit go about the stuff she said in the past. And emotions can hold us back sometimes. So I just wanted to get a Black American woman's opinion on it. Yeah.
One word, Taj. Liberals.
Black liberals. Solo, something's going on right now because we agreeing too much right now. I was about to say that shit. So
fucking liberals. They're 92%.
Yeah, God damn, she just didn't because I promise you, I was just about to say, think about this. They voted for Kamala at 92%.
Mm-hmm.
So majority of them are going to lean towards the opposite direction of what Candace is saying, judging by those numbers. But the men, on the other hand, only voted at 78%. It's still kind of high, but that's a good percentage of a differences.
And Black women vote more than Black men.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Because actually it's a lot of convicts and stuff, niggas that do that life that supports Trump more than they do. Not saying that they should, but I'm just saying they supported Trump way more than they supported Kamala, for obvious reasons, actually.
Well, because I think another thing is that a lot of Black men are conservative.
Exactly. Black people are conservative. That's the problem.
Black people are, that's one of the things Candace said. Candace said Black people are conservative. They just don't know it.
Yes.
They really are conservative.
That shit, we can get out of this.
We really are conservatives.
Yeah, right? I agree with that.
All of our morals, all of our thoughts and stuff like that lean towards that. But we vote Democrat. It doesn't make any sense. It tells you that it's mere manipulation.
Yeah, it is. No doubt about that. SG say
Trump is a bully. You need to say that. Sorry, that.
SG say that answers the first topic. Do Black men and Black women understand each other? UAN TV and Solo both on the same page. Ain't that something? All right. we love to see both. We love to see the pendulum swing both ways. It's all love. What else, y'all? I don't want to get, as you said, I don't want to get too deep into the conspiracy. Yeah, go ahead.
My bad, real quick. And Alex, see, this is the thing. You can be conservative, but not be part of MAGA. I'm not part of MAGA. You know what I'm saying? But I do lean conservative. It's a difference. Folks try to act like you can't be hard, then you automatically are part of MAGA. Like some of them MAGA members are almost like a cult. we ain't doing
that.
Yeah,
no, it's definitely a cult. MAGA is a cult for sure. Whenever your leader can say, I can shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and nobody in my movement gonna leave, that's a cult.
Diddy had one there.
Well, in his business, but I mean, to have volunteer followers, Diddy didn't have volunteer followers like Trump got with MAGA. That's the next level.
I don't know, bro. But in order for Diddy to be able to accomplish as much shit as he accomplished for that long, he had something.
But that was on payroll. I mean, everybody that got indicted or mentioned, they was all a part. That's why they did the RICO thing, because
it's actually still a whole lot of people that's in support of Diddy even after that shit.
Is it fifth? Diddy or fifth? I'm with fifth, man. If we gotta choose a hip hop gatekeeper between Diddy and fifth, I'd rather have 50 as a hip hop gatekeeper. If that's the coin toss, hey man, we could, Diddy can return to being the hip hop gatekeeper when he get out, or 50 Cent. If that's the options, if that's the poll, I would vote 50. I think 50 ain't 50 don't give off homo vibes. No offense to the homosexual community. 50 is war tested. He's a general. A little younger. So yeah, if we got to pick, I think the coach is in better hands with and then that's it. I'll pass the mic.
Can't say too much. Can't
say too. You read my thoughts.
Too much credit.
For real. You read my thoughts, so let me pump the brakes on that.
Can't say too much. Look, the bar is in hell.
Right, for real. For real. And 51, last thing, 50 always kind of been known. Like 50 don't have no mercy when you his op. If you down, like shit, yeah, he gonna whatever. And I kind of understand. I grew up around people like that who, with his type of story, grew up in a rough area, lost your parents at a young age. It's like, yeah, it ain't no games to play. It's like it's serious stuff. So I salute that and his character. And that's it. Of course he may have done some suspect stuff, but that, it happens, we human. But the main point I'm making for the last time, if we had to choose a gatekeeper, I'd rather it be 50 over Diddy.
Agreed. Okay, let's go ahead and head to the next one. Now, this one right here is kind of derived from, I couldn't find the video anymore. But there was a lady that kind of went a little viral because people were questioning and not agreeing with her. I wanted to get y'all takes on it. That basically she's choosing Jesus over her own son. It kind of sucks with us because none of us have children, so it's kind of hard to say. But we can go with what we think, I suppose. And people in the comment section, if you have kids, please feel free to share your opinion. But basically, and they kind of reference, if you're familiar with the story of when Abraham was told to sacrifice his son Isaac. And he was about to do it, and then he sent the angel to stop him before he did it. It basically was more so of a test. And the lady was basically saying that, yeah, if that's the case, she's going to choose Jesus over her son. So I wanted to get y'all take on that.
Hey, as usual, ladies first, Solo, unless you want to pass the mic and let me go first. But
I mean, of course I'm biased because I don't have kids, but I mean, let me start. This is what I want to say. If you call yourself a Christian and you believe in Christianity, is God the one asking you between Jesus and your baby? Because if he the one asking you, then you should be doing it without thinking, without questioning.
Yeah, for real, I agree with that. Yeah.
Because if you say Jesus is your Lord and Savior, right?
That's a no-brainer, right?
You should be willingly ready to give up that baby in a heartbeat because Jesus told you to do it.
Right. Yeah. If you want that eternal life, right. Because that's really what you're asking. Do you want eternal life, or you want to just go back to blackness because you chose flesh over the spirit and soul?
So it's how deep is your faith?
Right. Yeah. My understanding of it, once Jesus' natural anatomy was sacrificed, once he lost his body, Jesus, whom I call Emmanuel, which means God with us, became the Holy Spirit. So it's the life force, it's the breath in our body. So when you ask that question, would you choose Jesus over your child? When I hear Jesus, I hear Emmanuel, and Emmanuel translates to God with us. So I'm gonna choose life every time. I'm gonna choose the creator of life You know, I hate to sound cold, but you know, you can make another child. You know, and that might be a little cold coming from someone who don't. But I do have nieces and nephews, so I've seen the process 3, 4, 5 times. You know, of a infant baby growing up to be grown. You know, so yeah, I would choose Emmanuel, life.
Okay, I gotta stir up some shit. So I'm gonna say this. Let me give y'all some little bit more. Because I think not y'all on the panel right now. I think a lot of people are very hypocritical because yes, it does say, you know, nobody comes before him. But it also says in the chain of command, you know, the father, the son, and then is the husband, the wife, then the children. But it tends to go when it comes to the same chain of events. They skip one because let's be real, I see it all the time. These women with kids, they absolutely choosing their kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. From my yeah.
And the Bible says not to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
But you niggas ain't Jesus though.
I go ahead, solo snap. My bad, James.
But you
Somebody, you
niggas
niggas
ain't
ain't Jesus.
The fuck? I'm just playing.
Hey, solo slid that one. That's my. But you niggas ain't Jesus though. So the choice.
gotta be, but actually, since you want to go there, according to the Bible, we are y'all fucking Jesus.
Nigga, please.
Exactly. She's proving my point right now. She's proving my point.
Nigga, you think I'm finna kill my baby because you told me to?
No, I didn't say that. That's not what I was talking about. I was
Here we
saying,
go.
what I was saying is that they have this level of respect and stuff like that when it comes to the word, when it comes to that. Judging by what you just said and what the woman I'm talking about said. But when you go to that same book where it says the father comes before the children, they ignore that. That's what I'm talking about. They're going to choose their kids over him. And that's the reason why I was going to say, this is one thing I can give Aisha Curry credit for. She came out and said that her husband comes before her kids. She said that shit. I was like, okay, that's actually a point for her. Because I think what we have to understand, and it should be vice versa for the father. Now, if obviously if the father is harming the kids or if the mother is harming the kids, you take up for the kids first. That should go without saying. But when these children get grown, they're gonna go find a husband or a wife of their own. And they're gonna, you know, some of them might not even think about you like that no more after that. But your husband but your wife is always gonna be there. As long as y'all, you know, keep your keep your vows and stay together. And y'all truly are in love with each other like that, y'all will always be there with each other.
All I see ain't messing around either. All I see is the husband following Jesus. Cause it seemed like y'all changed the question. Though I thought it was the choices between Jesus and
That's
the child.
Jamie, Taj. That's Jamie because he had no. That was Jamie because Jamie had to put men in it because it really didn't have nothing to do with the man.
Yeah, y'all threw me with
it
that.
It was like, the mom, the child, and Jesus.
Right.
But Jamie had to say,
hey, I asked the question.
Y'all don't believe Jesus. Y'all don't follow men. Get out of here with that.
I didn't say nothing about following men. I said choosing, since we all agree that Christ is supposed to come before your child. But it also says, I just went ahead and went to another direction. It also says that the husband's supposed to come before the child as well, but they don't follow them.
But does that mean to death? I don't. Does that? So when that scripture, and that's still kind of getting off topic a little bit, but are you saying, because I never read that scripture and I take your word for it, but does that verse mean that they supposed to choose the father over the child if it's a life or death? Like if they are all if the father and son drowning, the mother's supposed to
No,
save the.
that's not what I'm implying. What I'm saying, this is where, follow me where I'm saying. My point is they're following the directions of putting Jesus over everything. That's what I'm saying. We check that box. Got
Okay,
it.
all right, we
But
got that.
the same person that y'all are talking about also said, after him comes your husband. Everything he says. So if basically he's saying if God hasn't trumped what the husband is saying, everything he says should go. He should come first. You don't supposed to be well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna choose my kid over him. That's what I'm saying.
Well, all right, to the comment section since everybody quiet. All right, Tasha said, "In power of flesh of my flesh, a mother's connection is strong. All I see coming with it tonight, as all I see usually do. My grandmother was married 70 plus years, and she told us women have to still defend their babies at all costs. SG said, hit the like button. Shout out to SG. Maybe I was wrong about that, what I said earlier. Your boy Bradford having a divine intervention. He said Jesus and God are different people, father and son. He kind of, all right, so that's enough comments for now.
What he means is that you aren't supposed to put your kids on a pedestal like they are the Almighty. If they are wrong and did wrong, you can't condone it. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon is cooking tonight.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Brandon
talking
had a
about.
divine intervention on y'all ass.
That's what I'm talking about. But they do that. They put the child on a pedestal, like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Is my child's gonna be before you? That's what I'm
Well,
talking.
it's been well known in our community that black women replace like a black woman's son is her. I want to say this right. It's kind of like her husband once he grow up. So I mean that's we've known that for a long time. That
But it still don't make it right.
Right. I mean, what are we talking about right now? Are we still talking about choosing life or death, father and son, or we kind of pivot from the original question?
No, Jamie gotta blame us for this. So he didn't add us having to listen to the man into the mix.
I didn't blame nobody for nothing. I asked the question.
You been saying that. Okay, women gonna choose their kids over the
I
man.
never said that
I,
one time on this
I,
podcast.
I was about to ask Jamie a question, but I don't want it to come off as I'm putting him on the spot. So I actually go first. I'm not a father. I'm an uncle, and I would sacrifice my body for my nieces and nephews. So that's an easy.
There's
That's an
nothing
easy
wrong
one
with
for
that.
me. And
That's
then
not the point I'm making.
they're not even my children. But I want them.
A
I've been here.
father's job is to protect their kids. So I would never condone if saying, "Oh, sacrifice the kid, let me live." How can you fucking call yourself a man if you did that?
So what we talking about, Jamie?
If you read what he said, Branford's comment right here is basically what I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing about sacrificing no kid. Get away from that. What I am talking about is when it comes to listening to a chain of command,
Oh my God.
it is the father, the son, the husband, the wife, and the.
We agree with that, Jamie. We wasting time with that, Jamie. We all agree with that. But the original
No,
question was a
Taj,
life
he
or
I
trying to
death.
don't
make
think
the
we all
point
do.
that no, Taj, he trying to make the point that black women don't listen to our husbands, and we need to
The
listen to
black women who
them.
got their women in check do. You know what I mean? I can't speak for all black men, but the black women who know how to listen, I've met women who have been too much for me and I had to let them go. If she want to say I wasn't man enough for her, all right, baby, you got that. But a chick who like me, I mean, I'm the head. I mean, everybody is different. I can't speak for all black men, but yeah, I had to throw some fish back in the water. Like, yeah, I can't handle that horse. That's a wild bull right there. You got to let the chick go. Like, she too much for me, you know. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm ready for the next one whenever y'all are.
But the sad reality is so many females let males harm their children. CPS numbers are high, and they shouldn't. They should, when it comes to that, defend them at all costs. That's not the point I'm making.
If I could add to that point, it's also research that a mother will allow more to happen to her daughter than her son. All I see, are you familiar with that? And that's very interesting. So they're basically saying if a dude comes into a woman's life who has a son, she gonna put up a stronger fight against that dude. And it makes sense to me because we're born to be, males are protectors. So she, to me, psychologically, she's saying that's my soldier, that's her. You know what I mean? Like it's like Taraji and Baby Boy, how she was trying to protect her son from Snoop's character. You know what I mean? So that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But they said there's studies out there. All I see for me saying, yes, so true. She said it's so true, and said I've worked in CPS, so she's speaking from experience. They would throw girls out over there you go. She worked in CPS. And so there go the fact check right there. Hey, CPS corruption is this Talia. Numbers are high too. So men and women have an understanding, boom, boom, boom. Males and females, grown boys and girls who don't understand. All right, y'all. All I see is going in on it. But the sad reality, so many females let males harm. I think she said that before I made my comment. Let them harm their children. Numbers are high. And she quoting numbers.
Yeah, because a lot of them have this thing where they just want a man in the house at all costs. They
right.
Sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So their daughters for that. I mean, that's just bad parenting 101.
Yeah.
Those are mothers.
And if we could throw this out there while we having this discussion, some of the greatest conquerors, and this is coming from Mike Tyson said this. I got this, what I'm about to say, from Mike Tyson, one of the greatest boxers in the world. He said some of the greatest conquerors in world history was mama boys. And at the end of his point, he was saying the dynamic between the mother and son, the mother's influence can sort of impact the son, and she kind of gets the rule through him to a degree, depending on how much of a mama's boy he is. But he said
that's easily true.
All right, so let's move on. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that, but you're saying that's easily true. So
I mean, it is. Yeah. Look at what they did in back in slavery time when they were trying to control the slaves. They had to infiltrate by controlling the mothers to train up those boys to be the slaves that they wanted them to be.
All I see for me wants to know, so is that submission or bad parenting? Damn,
bad parenting. That's easily
making
bad.
us think tonight.
You're not supposed to be submissive to a man that's just in the house, that's not the father of your children. And especially if you know he's abusing them.
Braff say, well, I don't want to skip SG. I know this not part of the topic, but speaking of Baby Boy, Jody was only supposed to be 19 years old, just barely got out of school. A lot of people don't have life figured out. That's true. They don't, especially not at 19.
Well, Jody ass should have thought about that before he had 2 kids and 2 baby mamas.
There go the clap back. What you got for that, SG?
Oh, I'm about to throw something out there that y'all ain't gonna think about. No, never thought about. So I got a question, since I want to put that out there. How old was Yvette during this time?
I'm not sure how old she was supposed to be. She was tough in that movie, though. That was shit. Wow. So, and Yvette is Taraji, right?
Yvette was in her 20s. Meaning, because they keep in mind, JoJo was 5 years old.
Okay.
You said they were the same age?
All I see said the same age.
It's crazy because somebody said, bro, it made the funniest thing ever that made people think about that. Like, damn, I ain't never kissed that shit. But apparently she was in her 20s. I actually haven't seen Baby Boy in a while. But she was in her 20s and JoJo was 15. So they said, hey, that was statutory rape. That was the joke. That was the joke.
Yeah,
Like, man, what the hell was John Singleton thinking with that?
yeah. Yeah, he didn't think that out all the way. But a salute to him. Still a iconic, you know.
Of course.
Yeah. I hear what y'all saying though. All
Exactly.
I
She had to have been older because she was with Rodney. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, y'all putting it together now. They go them film
He was
credits. Yep.
older. Anyways,
Uh
let's go ahead and head to the next one. So this one is a bigger one because, as we know, recently 50 Cent came out with a documentary, The Reckoning, featuring the Diddy trial, right? As I said earlier, he got a lot of support when it came to that particular documentary, but he also got some backlash from people such as Dame Dash, Marlon Wayans, right? And they said black men shouldn't be tearing down black men. That was their response in regards to his documentary. Now, I'm probably the only one on the panel that's actually seen the documentary. Because Taj, I don't think you've seen it, right?
no, I haven't.
Okay,
No.
so I'm the only one who's seen it. And it took me a while before I actually went in and watched it. I finally finished it yesterday, actually. Um, I wanted to get y'all take on whether or not it is justified to basically signal Diddy out and point out, some of the bad behavior that he has been introducing to us as a community. Because he hasn't, he has done it to some white people and other ethnic groups as well. But most of the victims were us. So I'll open up the floor for y'all response to them saying that, they shouldn't be attacking him, a black man attacking another black man.
I don't believe so. I mean, to me, I just don't just like when black people find the need to further kick black people when they down. Like I feel like it's better to say nothing than to say really anything. Like I mean, Diddy in jail for what he did, for whatever it was Diddy was doing. Diddy's in there. We got conspiracies on why Diddy is in jail. Why all of a sudden it's become the issue now when he was doing this shit for years. And you gonna tell me that the CIA and the FBI didn't know Diddy was doing all this shit? They've been knowing. They've been tracking Diddy. They've been letting Diddy do whatever the hell Diddy been doing, and it's been all good. It's been all good. All the damage that he's been doing to the black community, it was all good to them people until Diddy tried to get out of line. Now I gotta turn you down, just like so many of our stars, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, all of them. Until they get out of line, that's when people we want to bring them down. So to me, I think I think should we have these conversations amongst us? Yes, but should we be bringing each other down for the entertainment of each other, for entertainment, for jokes and giggles, for social media clicks, for likes and views, for white people? No, I don't agree with that. Just further, to me, brings us down where it's like now you got more black people who don't trust other black people. That's ultimately where I get it from. And I mean, what exactly did the black community get out of 50 Cent making a documentary about Diddy, other than he made money off of y'all viewing it, wanting to further comment on it, wanted to make social media post about his documentary. He made money with with white people. It wasn't like he used any of that money to benefit us. So I don't really think that he was looking out for self. Like she put in the chat, Diddy was looking out for self. 50 Cent made a documentary tearing this black man down. He made money with Netflix, white people. He ain't finna use none of that money, all this money he made off black people watching that documentary. He's not gonna use that to do anything for the black community. So what exactly did we get out of learning about what Diddy was doing? Other than awareness, I guess, quote unquote. But that's my issue. I mean, okay, you're gonna make a documentary. Okay, now tell us how you're going to make changes in the community for make sure this happens that doesn't happen to other people. What policy are you asking lawmakers to put in place so that they're not other victims like Diddy was doing? Nothing. 50 Cent made this damn documentary for people to view it, and he can make money off of it. He can partner with other white people and make money off of turning this black man down. So, do I agree with Diddy? No. Whatever he was doing, I didn't really get into it. I didn't really care what Diddy was doing. Did he do it? Maybe. But is it 50 Cent's place to be in partner with white people to bring him down? That I disagree with that. I think that if you wanted to make black people aware of what 50 did, I mean, or what Diddy did, that's some shit you do amongst us. You do it behind the scenes, figuring out how can I stop other potential music stars from getting in this type of dynamic where they're being used and being exploited. 50 ain't did that. 50, I mean, what exactly did we get out of the 50 document? I mean, the Diddy documentary. I know what 50 got. 50 got money from humiliating what you call. But I don't see him doing that to other people. I don't see him doing. Uh, Look, I saw Candace do a Harvey Weinstein documentary,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like it only yeah. So I mean, he just gave y'all the same information that y'all learned out in the courts, the same information, the same allegations that's been going on for years, and he made money off of y'all sitting back watching it. And I ain't gonna lie, I lost a little respect for 50 Cent after, but I lost a little respect from him how petty he is online. Like,
Yeah, that nigga's the petty man.
he to me, I ain't gonna lie, grown ass men don't behave like that. Like you on Twitter beefing with other celebrities, and y'all all controlled by the white people. Get the out of here.
I gotta agree with you with that. I always thought that myself. I'm like, you know, I don't have the energy. I mean, it's crazy though, because 50 got a very strong work ethic though. So, but he still finds the time to be able to do that shit. So that's
Yeah.
some
He
hell
still
of a
finds the
work ethic.
time to shit on black people. When the last time he called out some
Yeah,
white people for doing some white shit against him?
yep,
He has time to shit on black people.
yeah. That's
And
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
respect I don't
I'm
respect
trying to,
him
but
as a
look,
person
look,
that do that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm trying to think of a time. Has there ever been a time that a white person that we know of came out and criticized 50 very strongly? I don't think they've ever done something like that.
Nah, I can't think of nobody.
Black
Mm,
people have done that a lot, and he goes back at it.
mm.
Like I'm gonna go ahead and touch on it. Branford kind of pretty much nailed it. That's why I highlighted it up here. Um, 50 had a vendetta against Diddy because, for one thing, a lot of us are alleging that I'm not saying this is what it is, but a lot of people saying this is revenge because Diddy basically turned made a hoe out of his baby mama. That's pretty much,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and he did that. I think that damaged him, and he was like, "It's on for life now, nigga, for that." So that's what a lot of people believe that it is. Because this is not nothing that 50 just came out the woodwork and just started doing. Like this nigga been on Diddy ass. Like he been criticizing him. But um as far wait, hold on, Todd. Did you have something you want to add, or I can go ahead and
Yeah,
finish.
keep going because y'all checking all the boxes in the comment
Okay,
section.
so
too. So yeah,
As far
yeah.
as how I see it, because I want to ask you a question, Solo. I can agree with a lot of the things that you said about, blacks attacking blacks and stuff like that. But I will say this: when we know that somebody is in the seat of what Diddy was in, like he was a very powerful and influential figure in our community, right? We know he's doing wrong. How can you check him without making it public?
You asking me?
Yeah, yeah, I'm asking you.
It's a what do you call it?
Echo.
Oh shit, let me hit mute.
Well, I mean, go to one of his goddamn parties. Say, hey man, invite Diddy ass to lunch. I mean, if y'all supposed to be two grown men,
But what if he don't stop? Because Diddy is a person that I'm pretty sure that's not going to make him stop doing
make him stop doing what specifically?
it. Like the freak offs, the abusing people, stealing money from people, beating people up, shooting people, all the things that he was allegedly doing.
Mm, I mean, I don't know.
And that's where I was going to go with, because in a way, there's no way you can, when somebody's up and powerful that much, I don't think you can forcefully make him stop without implying the law or getting yourself into some trouble by putting down your own level of force. You got to kind of get it done some kind of way. But
I
here's
mean, to
my,
say he a gangster,
I get it, but that's why I said without getting yourself into potential trouble. But I'll say this: the only thing I think when it comes to that is if he is being crucified publicly, only black people can get a say so how he be, sentenced. I think so. Because let's be honest, a lot of this stuff that's going on is a product of what they created. Like Diddy was groomed up to become who he became. Like it's a lot, it's one person that they constantly been letting off the hook. They never bring his name up. And this motherfucker done absolutely did some dirt. His name, let me see, it rhymes with a hive, and also rhymes with Bavis. You know what I'm saying? This nigga, they never bring up him. Why? And that's one thing I would
because
say.
white people got black people in check.
I was gonna get to that. Yeah, because 50, you can't tell me that his name didn't come up at all. You should have made sure that motherfucker was up in there too.
No, he
But
gon'
he's part of that community that you don't supposed to
yeah.
talk.
What did I do? I call them the untouchables.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. If Diddy, 50 Cent, if you got time to make a Diddy special, you got time to make a David special.
Black 18. You said y'all leaving too much on the bone. Here y'all missing points. He's a narcissist. You gotta level up. Get you can't get, I guess you meant get behind closed doors with them. Yeah. And that's basically what I said. You can't you're not gonna be able to do that with Diddy because that's not gonna do it today. Let me see. We got some more comments that was in
Okay, then make a documentary behind him.
So, Solo, what's your thoughts on this, the phrase that go "all is fair in love and war"?
No, I don't agree with that. I think I could talk about. I think All is fair in love and war.
And that question for Jamie too, I asked you because I know you got the legal experience, and of course you can't use that in a court of law. But that is a almost an age old expression. All is fair in love and war, which means when if you at war with somebody, all is fair. So whatever you do to put them down is fair. That's what the phrase means.
But it does Diddy need to be put down more.
So
I guess I'm a
I
little.
didn't want to repeat what I was saying earlier, but I guess because I'm closer to 50 in age, I think I understand his gangster more than Diddy. And 50 just come off as the type of guy that if he gonna use whatever to put you down. You know, so it goes back to the phrase "all is fair." And look, I'm not using this in his defense. I'm just asking the question to you and Jamie. I mean, do y'all agree with that phrase or the comment section?
I think so. I think it goes to a certain. It's a echo.
All right.
I think it depends on how far you going. I mean, Diddy lost. Can we all agree that Diddy lost the war? Diddy lost the war.
He lost in the culture perspective, but to 50 want him done. 51.
But
Remember that was the
why?
original name.
Why
Huh?
do you have to go that far?
That's like asking the drill rappers why they dance. See, now they gonna be like, damn, Hollywood, why you putting us on the spot? But that's like asking the drill rappers why they go that far. That's the lifestyle they live.
I just
You know
feel
what I
like
mean?
as black people, we just gotta have more respect for each other. We just gotta have more, just something. You just gotta say, you know what? I disagree with my brother. I didn't appreciate his lifestyle, but that's messed up the position that he in right now. Um, I mean, I ain't gonna put no money on his books. I ain't gonna help him, but I'm also not gonna be the face of the person that's gonna beat him down more for entertainment. Because I mean, my thing is, what exactly did 50 Cent get out of making that documentary?
Revenge. And somebody put that in the comment section.
I said that.
Revenge. Jamie just said solo.
What revenge do you need if Diddy's currently in jail right now?
Say that again.
Let me take this charge out. The charger. Do y'all hear the echo now? I had it
No,
plugged
no.
into the.
I said, what revenge do you need?
Yeah, we do have.
Damn. All right, go ahead.
I said, what more revenge do you need if Diddy's in jail? Isn't it all fair
No, that
that Diddy lost? His reputation was
so
trash.
Solo, you got dudes out here so grimy they'll send a hit in prison. You talking about putting money on the books? Like I'm not a killer, but don't push me. But I'm close enough to that lifestyle to know that a motherfucker put money on their books to get somebody to stab somebody in prison. And so to each his own. That's the thing about the streets, and I know that's like one of the last subjects. The thing about the streets, they claim it's a code, but motherfuckers kind of make their own rules, and you can't tell a person how gutter they could be. Like
The mob and the mafia tell you how the streets of the code. And that's the other thing that kind of goes into the next topic is that black people do not have a street code. Like it's some code shit that one hood may take serious and the other hood don't. But in the Italian mafia, they got strict fucking rules and you gonna die if you break one. But the black community, we ain't got no street code. We have no standards, no standard of conduct, the way we supposed to behave amongst each other. We can be as evil as we want, devilish as we want, as dirty as we want. We can trick each other out of money. It's just no sort of standard of ethics when it comes from us dealing with each other. Like,
you're right. Solo. I don't. That echo came out. I'm gonna log out and come back in, y'all. Can you hear it now? Is it better?
no,
Dang, I'll be right back. All right, y'all carry the convo till I get back. Street code been gone before the '80s.
you don't. I'm gonna just go back to the untouchable. I'm gonna go back to the untouchables. Very seldomly do you see the untouchables calling each other out. Just saying.
I mean, that's true, but this is the thing. I get you with the street code thing. You're right. That absolutely falls under that. But we done got so out of control. Not just out of control. The thing is, we're not in control of things. See, the untouchables, they're in control of stuff, so they can clean stuff. They're actually in charge of their own house. We are not.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
That's where the problem lies.
Uh-huh.
Because if we see something out of hand, what a man would do typically is he would deal with it right there in the house.
Mhm.
See, we got to deal with the law, which kind of handicaps us as men to be able to deal with it the way it should be dealt
No,
with.
but we should have enough integrity amongst ourselves where I can we can reach $1 million deal with a handshake.
Yeah.
Because you got integrity and I got integrity. You know what you agreed to do. I know what I agreed to do. And you my brother, and I'm never gonna cheat you out of a deal. But that ain't the relationship that we have with each other. It's how am I gonna cheat you?
Yeah.
Okay, but my
Unfortunately.
point that I'm making with, like I said, with the street code thing, like I said, the reason why we don't have that is because we don't have control of our household. That's really where it lies. That community of the untouchables, if one of them get out of the hand, they could easily pop one of them and get them out of the way very discreetly without anybody knowing and without any kind of justice being done. They can do that. They have the power to do that. We do not. That's where a big part of the problem lies. So
You don't.
we to
Mhm.
have to use tactics like that to be able to stop them. Like, and to go a little further, 50 Cent, the reason why he's doing what he's doing, like kind of touching on what you was talking about. 50 Cent is very big on the book for the 48 Laws of Power. And one of the laws in there speaks on basically beating your enemy down to the ground and being
Thank you,
relentless.
Jamie. Why you didn't say that earlier? I've been making that. Go ahead. My bad, bro.
I know, but I was adding context to it. That's why I said I gave you credit. I said, judging by what you said, I'm piggybacking off what you said. I'm just
All right.
adding context to it. 50 Cent is very big on the 48 Laws of Power. So basically, now that even though Diddy is down, he don't give a damn.
He don't, that's what it seemed like,
And
right?
that's what the book says. The
I didn't know
48 Laws of Power is. You keep your foot on it.
There you go, Solo. That's
But is
document.
but is Diddy's that's the other thing. I Diddy your enemy because he in the same facility as you because it's
Mm-mm.
hard for me to believe that another
Solo.
black person is
I explained that part already.
Right.
Is he
And I
first off he's
So
abusing
this,
people. Remember that he's abusing people. He's putting them under bad contracts, forcing them to do stuff that they shouldn't be doing. And keep in mind, he used his money and influence to take his baby mama and made a hoe out of her.
right. On
but that's
purpose.
that's but
Like,
how many music executives have cheated our artists out of contracts? I mean, that is white people one on one
Of
cheating
course,
black
it
people out
goes
of
back to
shit.
Hive that I was
So
talking.
why is it that 50 Cent is gonna make an enemy out of Diddy? Out of all these white people that do black people wrong, we can go from indie industry and pick out a black person and make a documentary on how white people have cheated them out of a contract, cheated them out of a movie deal, treated them out of a sports contract. He can make documentaries about that shit, go on and on and on about how white people cheat them out of something, turn them into something, turn them broke, whatever. All of that. He ain't gonna make no dinner documentary about that. He gonna make it about Diddy.
Well, like I also this is all alleged.
What
We
did
don't.
black people get out of what exactly did we get out of 50 making a documentary out of Diddy? What did we get as a people?
Uh, well, I'll say this. it gave you a little bit more knowledge of how grimy the music industry can be.
Yes.
But we knew that.
No,
Well, we had
Yes.
never. Both of y'all right, if
you
y'all
did
don't
not
mind.
know that. Trust me,
Both of
I
y'all right.
didn't know that.
We knew that. We
Both of
knew
y'all
that.
right. Let me jump in with a little
That
experiences.
ain't new.
I
That's
spent
very
my
old.
20s in the rap world, and I want to say both of y'all right. We knew it always existed, but we, to your point, Solo, and to Jamie's point, we hadn't seen it personified. So
Well, we
Diddy
just
gave us the personification of what it looks like. And so that's why I want not to be selfish, but that's why I wanted to mention my 20s. I spent my whole 20s in the rap world. And I chose the independent rap route because I wanted to sidestep me rolling with the dudes I roll with. You disrespect our manhood, we plotting to get you up out of here. Them type of dudes I came up around. It goes back to what Tupac said: we ain't a killer, but don't push me. And push me is disrespecting my manhood. So we knew to take the independent route because we knew that character existed. We didn't know who it was. So to Jamie's point, Diddy's case gave us that antagonist. That's it.
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
see, like you said, just piggyback a little bit, following up. A lot of people knew and heard rumors about how grimy the music industry was, but they never had any credibility.
Right.
It was never nothing that they had actual proof that this is true. It was just alleged. It was always just you heard rumors. And
Right.
then, Diddy kept brushing them off saying this is people looking for a payday.
Mm-hmm.
That's what rich people, they get caught up in those type of cases do all the time. But this time they brought the receipts to prove a lot of this shit is true. So now people are looking at it from a different lens.
I feel like Diddy is a pawn in a scheme that is way bigger than him. He's just a fallout person.
Absolutely. You have no, I have no rebuttal to that. Absolutely. Diddy is not the grand master emperor of this shit. It's people that groomed him and taught him how to do it. I named one of the ones who did it already. Rhymes with Hive and rhymes with uh, Tavis.
Please. I just feel like it's just black people. Whenever they get a chance to shit on other black people, they gonna jump on their boat first every time. Every time.
Y'all get these lights up, man. We got a lot of people up in here now. We got about 60 people in here. Get these damn lights. Hit the light
All
button.
I'm saying is, and I'm not a Diddy stan. How you gonna say I'm a Diddy stan? I am not a Diddy stan. I haven't watched anything going on with that Diddy trial, but I don't really care what those celebrities are doing.
Man, get these
Like,
damn lights up. We got 70 people in here now. Come on, we're
like
glad.
for real.
Right. Get it up. Get
Like
it up.
these
Uh,
these these celebrities, Hollywood is ran by the untouchables. So of course it ain't nothing but evil shit going through there.
no, well, Hollywood, and I'm not saying this because my last name Hollywood. My last name stands for Hollywood, Florida. I'm born and raised in Hollywood, Florida. But Hollywood used to be ran by a satanic energy. That satanic energy went to Las Vegas around the time me and Jamie moved to Los Angeles, which is like 2015, 16. So the demonic spirit doesn't dominate Hollywood, Los Angeles, how it used to. That spirit was forced to go to Las Vegas. And ironically, they call that Sin City. So it's like a new uprising out there in LA as far as the creatives, sort of. It's like a wild, wild west to scrambling to see what the new system gonna be. Like even the movie studios are struggling. So, just to kind of throw that out there, Solo. So the new Sin City, and it's called Sin City, is Vegas. So Satan, the spirit of Satan, is strongest in Vegas compared to Los Angeles. Speaking for Hollywood, Los Angeles, I'm not a native, so I don't want to speak like a native. But from my
Yeah.
experience of being there for 10 years, working in the industry, is up for
Yeah.
grabs, right? I'll go ahead and give you a name. When Weinstein fell, Weinstein was the personification of Satan. I'm going deep with this one. I got to be prepared for the backlash. But he was sort of the personification of Satan in Hollywood, Los Angeles. they thanked him. He got more thanks in the award shows than God. People will go up there and thank him more than God, the creator of the universe. So when he went down, because energy has to occupy a person to really personify that demonic energy or Holy Spirit energy. So that's it. I think I went long enough on that.
Taj, you need to watch Candace Owens little series on Harvey Weinstein.
Right. I didn't see it yet. I know she did one with him, and she kind of is it fair to say she kind of coming off as a sympathizer? What you think about?
Absolutely, she thinks that he got me too.
But he had to go. And I'm saying this from me and Jamie being out there. He had to go because he was the personification. This is the part that I'm saying that's kind of heavy. And
Man, this is crazy. We got about 80 people. Y'all don't get these flights up, ugly ass niggas. Y'all big ass niggas, bro.
I hear what you're saying, Solo, but you know, Candace is, she got the freedom to do her journalism how she wants to. I kind of picked up a sympathizer vibe from Candace when it came to Weinstein, and living out there, I'm like, no, it's almost, yeah. I mean, this dude was kind of like, the alleged Diddy of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody like that fall, then it's kind of a scramble. That demonic energy just can't empower like the next person that fast. It's going to be a scramble. It's going to be a struggle for power. And I'm not saying the righteous spirit won that struggle, but it's Hollywood, Los Angeles. It's not. I'm not speaking for the hoods of the ganglands of LA. I'm speaking for Hollywood, Los Angeles. Is not as demonic within the last 10 years. And I'm giving you a timeline. When Weinstein went down, that's when the power struggle went up for grabs.
Yeah, I don't think they're planning it. I think that they pull a target, and then they make, they say, hey, this person is the next target. This is who we're building a case upon, and this is who going down. And I think it depends on how close in line you gonna walk. If I tell you to go north on Central, and you start going west, then it's a problem, and now you got to be set down.
Yeah.
By the people who run the deep state. Let's just say that.
There you go. That's a different way to, yeah. You're not a deep state. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah.
But that's who controlling everything. Like, it's like, I think they have different committees who run like different industries, but ultimately they coming together and they're conferring amongst each other about everything that's going on.
Right.
So we got the music exec. They control the music. We got the news broadcasters. They control the music. I mean the news. We got the movie committee. They control the movie. But all we getting together determining what's next for us to destroy this place. They're all conferring with each other. Okay, that sounds like that's destructive. So we're gonna go with that. As far as the movie industry, we're gonna put these movies out. That's destructive. We're gonna go with that.
Somebody just gave a gift. Hey, shout out to you. Who sent this?
It is Christmas time. It says same here, 360. This is foolishness. The entire country is satanic.
I don't think the entire company is satanic. I just think that we have satanic individuals that are running this thing.
And who's going to be the king? Who's going to be the king demon? Is that going back the
shout out to Self P for sending that hot cocoa.
All right, let me see. SG 1 cup. Why did he roll or Christ now roll Charlie Kirk way? That's 1 cup, 2 bears, 365. Social engineering is destroying the fabric of every subculture. That's I'm familiar with that. The social engineering that's what happened to us as a people. I'm not sure what Tyron Clark background is. I like this concept. Shout out to Chef P. Diddy unified West and East Coast black peeps. All right, that's one. What else y'all got? All I see for me is only the sellouts. I don't care what happens to them. All I see been cooking this evening. Go ahead, y'all.
I want to add something before we go to the last topic.
Mm-hmm.
See, My thing when it comes to the criticism of our Black successful people, male or female, it doesn't matter, is like I said, we have to deal with them in some kind of way, or else they're going to just keep their bullshit going on. But you
Right.
know, elites that control it, stuff, they pick and choose when, oh, you're doing something that we don't want you to do. Now I'm going to present what you were doing to the people, and then we take it.
Is
But
that the echo again?
yeah,
Damn. So when I put the charge in, that's when let me hit the mute.
so and then that's when this hating culture stuff come from. And what I mean by the hating culture, you are now allowed to criticize popular celebrities that everybody likes, or else you're going to be deemed a hater. And it's crazy. Like it's legit crazy that whenever you say something that's really is right, you're criticizing them respectfully of the things that they're doing. They're gonna just label you a hater and then keep it pushing. But what people like what 50 doing is putting your ass in the ground, making sure you don't resurface.
But how does that benefit Black people?
I'm not saying it benefited us.
It's an echo.
Yeah, it is. I had to put them back on mute. Basically, it helps by informing people. Because, like I said, he can't do it anymore because people are going to be too self aware. Now, certain people would possibly be still foolish enough to, you know, dip into that world with him. But a lot of people will be so self aware that I'm like, yeah, I ain't fucking with that. Like, I heard about you.
But
Because if that was
but at the point that you meet Diddy, you should already know. You will say, for example,
a lot
you're
of
an
people
artist,
did.
you want to sing, right? You're an artist, you want to sing. And as an artist that want to sing, I would be shocked for you to say that you don't know that Hollywood is corrupt, or that everybody you meet in Hollywood isn't gonna mean you well, right? So I assume that you know that about the profession that you're asking to join, right? So you get in there and they say, okay, well, in order for you to be signed with me, you got to do this. In your mind, do you not know that's wrong? Or is it that you're looking to advance your career, so you're willing to play in the dirt with them as long as they get to advance your career? And he keep making promises to advance your career, and you keep engaging in this field,
That's that's
right?
that that's it,
But then
Solo. That's
it never works for you. Now all of a sudden
it never
you are a
works.
victim.
Right, Solo. So Solo, it's because I got experience on this, let me speak on it. When if an artist don't have like that hustle in them to kind of have that independent drive, they are more likely to end up how you just described it, right? If you for us, when I was doing it in my 20s, so this is like the early 2000s, we knew it was somebody. We just didn't know who it was. You see what I'm saying? I know we went over this earlier. We knew it was whatever you want to call that person who making you sell your soul to to pursue your dream. I mean, as an artist, I love hip hop, yo. I grew up with it, and I saw it as a way out. I learned how to do it at a young age, and to take advantage of somebody who's just trying to pursue their passion, that's messed up. And so when that curtain got pulled back, it kind of showed the world, okay, you guys been hearing about this Illuminati conspiracy, sell your soul shit in the music or movie industry. Voila, here's how it go. Here's the documentation of how it happens. And that's pretty much what happened to Cassie. Like you dangled that carrot, or you want, and she got some, she got,
Explaining to do.
you said explaining to do
Yeah, she
that
got some
too.
explaining to
You're
do.
right. Because like you said, like now, see, this is gonna sound like I'm in 50 defense. So but I think 50 made a valid point. Like that's a 19-year-old girl. Again, I got nieces, y'all.
But
And
does she
at
not know
19,
that that's wrong? So are you saying at 19 years old, you don't know that that's wrong?
you
I
gotta go
I
ahead.
got I gotta agree with Solo on this one.
Uh-huh.
Because this is
If
the
she
thing.
met him at 19, by 20, she should have been gone.
Like, this is the thing. That goes back to the double standard thing. Because let's be real. At 18, we're saying that it's okay for a boy at this point, a young man, to go to war and risk his life. You know what I'm saying? To fight for the country. But you're telling me that a 19-year-old girl is not old enough to know what she's doing with a man? She knows.
We don't know how naive or how hip she was. I'm not
No,
listen,
Taj,
I'm not
no,
defending
Taj.
Cassie. I'm not
You
defending
gotta
Cassie.
you gotta hold her
We
accountable.
gotta hold her
I'm
At
accountable.
19 years old, you
Yes.
Solo.
knew.
I'm not defending
We're not talking
Cassie.
about a
Yes, sir.
15-year-old.
No,
We're not
At
talking about a
right.
19
12-year-old.
years
I
old,
get it.
at
I'm
20
not
years
I'm not
old,
defending. Here's where
you
she lost me.
knew.
Here's where she
Regardless of
lost
how
me.
naive
Here's
you
where she
are.
lost me. When she carried on with it, that's when she lost me. So by no means am I trying to defend her acceptance of that lifestyle. But I'm talking about the artists who just simply trying to pursue their passion, and you got to navigate through
So
people trying to take advantage of you.
right, but
Mhm.
I understand that. But how low are you willing to go for this so-called passion and
Right.
you
People who don't have that, and I didn't want to make it about me, but
are you?
because I grew up around dope dealers and stuff like that, I had an independent hustle. Just like the Master P's, I'm gonna do a couple name drops. No, all the independent giants we have in hip hop, Master P,
Come on, let's get these
Cash.
lights. We got over 100 in the chat. Come
That's
on.
what's happening. That's what's happening. So solo to the artists who don't have that drive, and I met a lot of them that don't have no hustle in them. They don't know how to get their own money. I had weed traps, so and I would have studios in my weed trap. So the money from the weed, I don't do it no more. I could talk about it. Would pay for the studio. I sponsored my lifestyle off weed money. So I had a hustle attached to my music pursuit. A lot of artists don't have that solo, taking it off me, putting
So
it back on.
Cassie was using what to get to the next level?
Yeah, put,
Jamie, that
put.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
not.
Exactly.
I'm not sympathizing with that.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
I hope I didn't say anything that sympathized with
What's
Cat.
I mean, that's the oldest trick in the book to have be a young pretty girl, get an older man,
Yep.
use that to to get what that's the oldest trick in the
Uh huh.
book.
Uh huh.
So what SG said is very valid too, because this is definitely the truth. They said Cassie used to laugh at Kim Porter, how Diddy used to abuse her. And then now that the shoes on the other, come on, bro. Now that it's
Child,
happening
please.
to her, you the victim. Come on now.
No,
I,
no.
I I have no victim
She
sympathy.
allowed that wanting to be a star. She
And
was
she
willing to
left a good
play in the
man.
mud with Diddy. She was up willing to participate in that shit with Diddy.
Fully at a certain, she became a willing. Why are we wasting time on Cassie
Yes,
when we all agree? Nobody, I don't think nobody on this panel or the comment section has sympathy for her because she carried on with it. So
absolutely.
I hope I didn't give the impression that no, he
We
shouldn't be her
we
like
tell
that. No, I get it.
we tell black women to you know he wasn't no good. You should have been left him. You knew he wasn't no good. You should have been left him. He been bidding on him. Then why you stay? We say that to black women all day. You should have been left him. He wasn't no good. You should have been left him. And they broke. They ain't got no money.
Okay,
So
Terrence Clark.
if we telling our sisters and aunties and grandmamas and mamas to leave their abusive spouses, why is it that
In
Cassie
one cup.
then turns into a
Uh-huh.
victim when she was when she had money? I assume, like, I mean, girl, what exactly were you getting? I mean, I don't know. Cassie just ain't the victim that she want to play. And I saw on a blog that somebody is suing her for because he was a victim of that Diddy stuff. They
Yeah,
suing
I know
her
exactly who you're
for
talking
it.
about. Okay, so look, this is my final stance, and we're gonna go ahead and move to the other one. Great stuff on this topic. Absolutely, we cooking on all cylinders. Got over actually we had over 110 just in there now. Great victims are still victims. So I'm gonna address that. Absolutely, they're still victims if they're getting great. I mean, I don't think nobody here is saying that you're not a victim if you're getting great. But at the same time, you can put yourself in that situation. Like if you know that this is a high powered guy that probably wants it from you. I think you shouldn't even go and put yourself in that position with them
Cause check this out.
if
Cause check
you
this out.
know that if you know you're not willing to lay down with them because they're gonna want that.
Right, but check this out. Say I go on a date, not me. Say Sally go on a date with John, right? They go on a date and they go home together and he grapes her. And she, you know what I'm saying? She go home and then they go on a date the next weekend. She goes back to his house and they have casual sex. And she, she consents this time.
Hmm.
And then they form a relationship. 6 months later they break up. Should he go to jail for raping
No,
her the first time?
no. And that's I think Cass is getting way too much attention.
I don't know. I might have to say he should.
That's cool. But y'all don't think Cass is getting way too much attention. Like all of us agree that she carried on with this shit. I mean,
What's up,
I'm ready.
DeMarcus?
No, I just
Absolutely, Cassie should be in jail. I agree with that.
yeah, she needs to be in jail with him. Like, but I think that we so caught up in the fact and social engineering, like somebody said in the chat, all we see is that video from the hotel. That's how we look at it. He needs to go to jail for that. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, he should go to jail for that, but did she continue her and how long did she continue the relationship with after he did that to her? Like at some point she thought that him beating her ass in that damn hotel room, she was okay with it. She stayed. I mean,
Nobody disputing that Solo. I don't think nobody in the comment section disputing that. Why Solo keep defending?
I'm not defending Diddy. I'm not defending Diddy, but I'm saying that all these people that were around him that
Y'all,
claim
hey,
to
hold
not
on.
be victims,
You leave
at
Solo
some
alone. I'm
point they
actually
were
enjoying it today.
complicit. So if you and Diddy were complicit 5 years ago, 10 years from now, the first time you met Diddy, it was you was a victim, and then you continue to have a relationship with Diddy for 5 more years. 10 years from then, should Diddy go to jail for some shit that he did, or at some point did you forgive him?
I mean, absolutely. I think I'm gonna tell you. We can close it out with this. I think in a nutshell. This is what I think happened. So in the beginning, Cassie was with another dude. We know this, right? I forgot the guy's name. If someone in the chat knows the guy that she was with's name before Diddy, go ahead and tell me. But he was a good guy, apparently, but he wasn't nearly as big and rich as Diddy. So she left him for Diddy. It turned out it didn't work the greatest for her. But she was enjoying the lifestyle that she was receiving. She was enjoying the luxury and all that. So that's why she stayed ultimately. Then eventually she met the other guy, which was her um, fitness instructor. She left Diddy eventually, finally, and got with him. And I believe they went broke and they were suffering. So they came up with, we need to sue Diddy to get some more money back into us. That's what I believe happened.
Ding ding ding. Now you say she was with somebody else before Diddy, and she met Diddy at 19. So
Yep.
here we are. Now she 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
The year before that, she was dating another person that was way more influential than Diddy.
All right. Great, great topic, people. We're going to go ahead and head to this last one. And that is the street code. I almost said clothes. But anyways, street code. Basically, with the street code, I think this has been damaging our community for quite a while now. This is coming from somebody who was once in his life was a YN himself. They were doing damage. But I never, I actually had a cult. I never did nothing to kids, you know what I'm saying? People really young or elderly. These little YNs today on something different. But the thing is what I think is civilians should be able to snitch because they're protected by the law. They're not protected by the streets. So how do they have to follow the street code? They shouldn't. But what kind of made me put this in here is another ongoing crazy turn of events that's been going on, it's been taking place for a while now, is the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation. So Tory Lanez has been presented to the judge several times, new evidence to basically prove his innocence. You ask me, it's been proven that he's innocent, but they didn't give a damn. Why? Because they always want to go with who they like. If this was somebody that they didn't like, Tory would have been there. But they like Megan Thee Stallion, so they're keeping this bullshit going on. So Tory never took the stand because he was following the code, no snitching, and that ultimately fucked him. But if, from my knowledge, now someone can correct me if I am wrong. I don't look at Tory Lanez as a street nigga.
You
So,
agree?
right. Therefore, he should have had the luxury of being able to get on the stand and tell the motherfucking truth to free himself. Look at what's been happening to him since he's been in prison. He got stabbed 17 times. He has a son that can't see his father now because of all this bullshit and all because of a lie. So I'll love to open it up to everyone, chat and the panel. What are y'all thoughts on this, on the street club? Should we be following this bullshit, or you know, or is it justified that motherfuckers need to start snitching if they ain't involved in that life?
Hell no. For me, I'm snitching. You got me messed up. I ain't going to jail for nobody. I don't give a damn. I'm sorry because I don't play them. I don't play them games. I'm not in the street, so I don't think civilians should have to partake in that street code stuff that you got going. They asked me what I saw. Um, they asked me. I don't know if I tell them what I saw, but if it was something innocent, like you did something to a child or to a woman that was minding their business, I ain't got nothing. I can't say I'm not gonna tell them what I saw, but definitely if it comes to other races, I'm telling you everything I saw. But I try to not see anything because I don't want nothing. Because it ain't no code. Like it's no set of rules. Like what Dr. Umar like to say is that in the mafia or in the mob, if you one of the rules they got a rule that if you kill a woman, a child, or elder, then that's a crime against the you don't live
Right.
to go to
Punishment by
jail
this.
when you do shit like that. So all these things where we see black men and kill black women or black men and kill babies, like according to the mafia, you don't get to live. You don't go to jail for the rest of your life when you do shit like that. So that's the issue with the black community. There is no code. It's no code. It's like everybody is just playing off their own feeling and emotion, what they think the street code is. To me, if I'm not a street dude, if I'm a nerd and I go to middle school, I shouldn't be subjected to the same rules that y'all have in the
Lights up
community.
at 50 lights, people. We got 100 people. It should be at least at halfway. 50 lights. Let's go.
If I'm not a street dude, I shouldn't have to be on the no snitch policy, right? I ain't gotta necessarily volunteer no information, but I also don't have to put my life in danger. Be it where they're telling me I'm going to jail if I show up and tell them what I saw, or they put me down for some shit that I ain't do, I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna say that I ain't do it. And if I don't know, and that's I think Tori's situation. Even though when it comes to black, I think it's easier for black women, but for black men, we're not very We're not very responsive, responsibly when black men get cooperate with the criminal justice system. Like, you know, Burner didn't even snitch. Burner pled guilty, and we ain't forgave Burner. But whatever. So I think civilians, if we ain't have nothing to do with it, we shouldn't be subjected to the code that y'all got, that the YNs got. And y'all should make sure that regular civilians are not
He
moved
is don't
by
really feel no code.
that drama
They
that
definitely ain't
y'all
got.
got going on. See, and I think the biggest issue, I think it'll be much safer if they came up with a code.
Yeah, that's what time it is. We need to do that. We do nationwide, but I speak for my city. I'm praying for the YGs in my city to get it right. I'm from a small city. Is not like Memphis. It's not like LA, but these, they killing each other too, and we too small for that. So I agree with you, Solo. A code, hopefully nationwide, but definitely city to city needs to be set.
But look, I want to respond to this comment.
Mm-hmm.
I agree that Kelsey did shoot Megan, but Tor and I think the other thing is that you be advised by your attorneys and you only take their advice. And if they say, I feel like it's best you don't testify because you do get they are able to get all your past criminal shit in when you testify. So a lot of times defendants don't testify because a lot of times they do have a criminal history. And once I get you on the stand, I'm going to be able to tell the jury all your priors, right? So a lot of times they are advised not to testify because we don't want them to know that you've been involved in all this other shit because that may taint their minds and they just say, oh yeah, you definitely guilty based on what you previously done, right? So you get advice from your attorneys about not thing, but Kelsey ass didn't get up there. She had absolute immunity, right? She had
Yeah.
immunity. She
Yep.
didn't get up there and say I did it. She didn't get up there and say Tori didn't do it. So at first, to me, it was Kelsey choosing herself over Tori, right? I'm gonna put Tori in jail so I don't go to jail. So in my case, and I'm thinking in this kind of case, Tori should be able to get up there and say, I didn't do it. That's who did this is what happened, and that's who did it without being subjugated by the black community. Cause I mean, he may not be a street dude, but he do make music about being a hood, like a street dude.
And that's a difference. Carry on, Solo. But it is a difference from. I'm glad you said that. Difference between the hood dude and the street dude. But carry on.
Yeah, like he make music about that. So I do think his career would have tainted any
It
event
would.
that he
I agree
would
with that.
have went up there and did that.
Mm-hmm.
But am I going to jail for that? I don't know if I am. I ain't going to jail for nobody, but I guess that's just one of my hard no's. Like absolutely not. Um
To real quick to Tyron Clark, YG stands for Young Gangster. I mean, YN is another term, but some people use YG as well, Young Gangsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I also want to address this one that he said. He said talking about snitching, right? With defining snitching. So I don't know about y'all. Y'all can let me know y'all feelings on the panel and in the chat. But to me, there's a difference between snitching and a rat.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and give y'all my difference. Snitching can be because let's think about this. Snitching is said in the household. Like, say we siblings, me and Taj are siblings. Taj eat our mama's cake while she's at work. And she come home and wondering who the hell ate her cake. And I was like, Taj ate that shit. And then I snitched on Taj. But ratting is basically when you get your ass jammed up. And like, let's say me and Taj again, we did a crime together.
Mm-hmm.
I get jammed up. and I rat on Todd.
Right.
Rat stands for run and tell.
Oh shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
basically, you snitching on him so that you can get out. You got to basically go to prison, run and tell.
Yeah.
So it is a difference. So
Yeah,
so
that's my
Now,
first time
that,
hearing.
now you ought to get your ass whooped for that. I'm sorry.
absolutely, because that's fucked up. Y'all did it together.
Right. The guy.
But
Right.
my thing is, okay, say for example, we do this together, and you the only one get caught.
That's
Why would
snitching.
you then snitch on me?
That's
Right,
what.
If
because
they
it ain't
have
gonna
no
happen.
evidence to know it's me,
Right.
why would you? Now, to me, that should go against the street code.
It
Yeah,
does.
Because
No, that's
it
why
is.
snitching.
would
That's
you?
against the street because y'all in the
That's
street.
Yeah.
So
Because
now
why
that's
would you tell on me?
you
Why
judge
can't you
that.
just do your time?
that.
You got caught doing the shit that we did together.
that
But why would you want both of us in jail instead of you, the only one they caught?
that's the snitching right there. That's the understanding I have. That if you participate in the crime and tell, hey, they got us. That what
Yeah,
they
that's
say.
some bull. That's bull
Yeah,
now
that's
because
snitching.
yeah, that's
An
bad.
innocent
That's
civilian, yeah, testifying. That's not snitching. They
yeah.
telling. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Let me
then
go.
they subpoena you as a witness. You got to go up there and testify, or you going to jail for perjury, or you going to jail for not showing up to the subpoena. So no, like I was getting gas, and y'all started this bull crap. I didn't have nothing to do with this, but now you got me in the courtroom testifying so I don't go to jail.
Okay, so let me catch up on some of these comments real quick. We're getting quite a few though. I don't think it was so much street snitching, but he claims he was attempting to protect the best friend Kelsey, who he says actually shot me.
that's what I've heard. Yeah,
I
that's what I.
mean, it's kind of obvious. Anyways, blame all your ignorance on your favorite party, the Democrats. Black and white politicians, Republicans ain't any angels, but it's those devilish Democrat in America. I agree with you 100%, Pastor Porkchop. That's a funny day. Broadway is for the weak. Looking to the cow and buffalo method. We buffalo soldiers. Snitching is betrayal, not using law enforcement to do service of justice. Civilians don't have to follow the rules of the street. I agree. I say mind your business when it doesn't involve you or any other innocent person. I agree.
That's the norm, if you ask me. Go ahead.
Now, I'm going to touch on this a little bit. I agree with that. Now, if you're a civilian, because think about it, like I said, it's two different worlds. If you're a civilian and you so happen to see something going on with some street niggas, and you decide you want to get involved, it's not bothering you. Now you kind of opening the cans of worms that you don't want to be dealing with. You tapping into their world a bit. Now they won't go touch you because the real gangsters they don't mess with civilians unless it's something that's interfering what they got going on, which you're technically doing, sticking your nose in something that's not really your business. If I'm a witness, I'll be honest because I'm not a piece of shit human being. Let's treat others how you want to be treated. Now, if you get called in for it, then that's different. I ran into this in Georgia. A young man was trying to make a little girl hang out with him. I walked her home. Her mom wanted to confront him. I talked to the cops. If you got deleted and a witness can get justice and peace of mind for your loved ones, would you want justice for your family? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Switching is just, I guess you meant snitching, is just telling the truth about any criminal. If you fear snitching, then you really know in your heart you have sinned against the Lord. Hmm. Take care of the big picture, stop black devastation. Childish ways, zero accountability. We lost the ability to wear each other's shoes. take care of the bud picture, protect the innocent, or we all become guilty. Telling the truth isn't snitching, it's just being honest. I don't have an obligation to protect strangers from their consequences. Snitching is telling on anyone to get out of your mess, period. Whether it's telling on the organization you're in or anyone else. Okay, these folks really on this snitching shit.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Yeah.
Even though Gold Suspicional would consider him a snitch or a rat for setting up Kanan to get locked up. He snitched on Kanan. A man gets caught smelling pot to kids. He gets out of trouble by trading his consequences for information on another's crime. In 2005, you record a crime and post it on the internet. Do y'all think that makes you a snitch? That's a good question, but I guess, yeah. The rules apply to anyone in the streets. If you are a civilian, if you're a citizen or a civilian, the rules don't apply. Facts. Only evil people believe in telling the truth and being honest is snitching, just as Satan. All right, caught up on the comments. So, any more remarks y'all want to add to this last topic?
If we could come up with a code, the people would really appreciate it.
Say it again.
I said if we could come up with a code, the people would really appreciate it.
I fully agree with that. And Jamie, we both know Fonzo. I want to shout Fonzo out because at the beginning of the YGs doing they murder rap beef in the hometown city I grew up in, Fonzo, no, from Chicago, he gave me this scripture. He said, man, share this scripture with them. And I'm gonna share it with people listening now or later. It's Ecclesiastes 3:3. And Ecclesiastes 3:3 say there's a time to kill. So when the few YGs I had access to, I did my OG due diligence of just sharing that scripture with them and just sort of asking them like, yo, y'all be a little more considerate about how y'all living, because I mean, if you killing somebody just because they hurt your feelings, like, hot damn, is that really punishable by death? This dude hurt your feelings and now he gone. So back to the point Solo making, I'm actually trying to do the social work in my small town city to say, hey, y'all got to come up with some kind of code. To both of y'all point, the mob had that. You just not out there whacking people for, just crazy reasons. And it's time for Black America. When you look at the Italian American gangsters, they pretty much did that shit through the 20s, the 30s. I think Bugsy Siegel went to Vegas and maybe the 50s. They had they run, but like y'all said, they had codes. And Black America, we just been doing it for too long. And if now, last point, y'all. To y'all triple OG homie out of Memphis, Judge Joe Brown, he gave some history behind homicidal thoughts and how that's, if I'm quoting him correctly, it's like a part of our reptilian brain. So especially the male species, we have that, and we just got to find a way to channel those homicidal thoughts into a more, shit. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, in wherever city you from, the gangsters should be establishing what's punishable by death. When you come to Memphis, all the gangsters in Memphis, hey, and when you come to Memphis, what's punishable by death? LA, Chicago, all the G cities. The top G's should be establishing, and I'm telling y'all, I'm doing my best to do that in my hometown city of Hollywood, Florida. Like, I'm asking the one G's, hey man, what's punishable by death, little homie? Like, what to get a nigga killed what line of them crossing would get them killed? And the goal is to raise the bar of what's punishable by death. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll leave it there.
Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Being a deadbeat.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't know, and I'm not saying this with no glorification. I don't know if y'all heard about the cases where the murder rappers ended up killing each other's mothers and shit, man. that happened where I'm from, you know, and I would have never thought in 1,000 years with all the cities across the country, from New York to Chicago to LA, Memphis, and all, New Orleans, all the other dangerous cities, I would have never thought that would happen in a small town like where I'm from. But the drill rappers that was going at it, it's an ongoing case as we speak. And
Damn,
two
that's
mothers
crazy. You
and a
killing
couple fathers.
mamas? Come on, man.
Yeah. Onto my intended hits. You know, you know, that's as far as I'm going because the case is ongoing. But two mothers was lost. Is, you know, so I mean, a code to Solo's point and Jamie's point, a code, Black America. I'm pleading to the G's across the country, man. Specifically my city, and I can kind of, you know, put some influence in my city. It's time we need a code, y'all. Yeah, specifically for what's punishable by death. If a person step on your shoes, is that punishable by death?
Yeah, killing somebody's mama is crazy.
Two
That's
cases.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Insane. That's
yeah,
insane.
yeah. Two.
Mama ain't did nothing but try to do her best raising him.
That's right. Yeah, and it's yeah. I'll send Jamie one of the leaks. I don't want to put too much information out there, but that broke my heart.
And we can cover that in the morning show this week.
All right, yeah, I'll send that link to you. And that it was so heartbreaking because I knew parents on both sides of the murder rap war. You know, I don't call it drill rap. I don't want nobody to be confused. I'm calling it what it is, murder rap, where you rapping about what you're gonna do and you follow through with it, because that's what qualifies you to be. Now I'll use the word drill rapper. That's what qualifies you to be a drill rapper. To
What
rap
you going
about,
to jail?
they don't care.
Oh my
Solo,
God.
Solo. I had a chance to get up close and personal with this in my hometown, and I go back to like 2010, 2011, and I used to see the youngsters playing GTA, Grand Theft Auto, the other Mafia game, Grand Mafia, and they would be playing that game so intense. So it's almost like, I'm not trying to blame the video games, but it's almost like that shit was kind of like a training field for them. And then eventually you saw it spill out into the streets. And I could pretty much say that nationwide as well, but definitely where I'm from, I saw it up close and personal. How they was just pretty much practicing through the video game, Grand Theft Auto, and all the other, you know, games allow you to do that senseless, you know, killing and stuff. And they took it from there into the real world, and here we are. And we can't have this segment without talking about the buzzing, trending topic in our culture right now: F the streets or a family forever or something like that. Those like the two options. And you got rappers coming out defending the streets. You got rappers saying F the streets, and then you got people screaming family forever. Like it's just, hey man, it's family, friends, and you know, it depends. That's it, y'all.
I think we need to abandon the streets.
Put it out there, Solo. You work in the system.
Abandon them. The streets ain't never loved nobody. Ain't that what they say?
So Solo and Jamie, what about the people? And I mean, y'all from a rough city too. What about the people who grew up without much family support and all they had was the streets? They souls deserve saving, right? Somebody got to reach out to them, right? Or do we just leave them out there with no family support? No, you know what I mean? So I'm like, hey, if we could reach anybody in the streets to pull them out, that's the process of saving a soul. If not, then hey, if that's the life they chose, then just stay out the way.
Nah, I mean, of course their life is worth saving. I mean, we are, you know, we do our best to do what we can with what our people present. So, I mean, of course, we want to help them out as much as we can. We want to put them out of the streets, make them the best. That's what I'm saying. Let's abandon it all. Let's abandon the streets and get you a job at a black manufacturing company. Let's go get you a certification in something that you can use to make money. I'm saying turn. Maybe he ain't selling drugs no more. Maybe he flipping t-shirts. Maybe he flipping whatever it is. Maybe he's selling canned goods. Maybe he now, because let's be honest, if you can stand out there and flip and make money out selling weed, you a business owner. You
Absolutely.
understand
That's what I felt like.
the
That was my
product.
thing.
You understand you got to save money to get the
Yeah.
product again. You know how much you got to sell it to make a
You
profit.
spot on,
You know what I'm
Solo.
saying?
Yeah. No,
You
you start
basically know
with
how
that.
to run a business.
Hell
If
yeah,
you can
it
sell
is a
weed, you can
business.
sell t-shirts. If you can
Damn right.
sell weed, you can
Yeah.
sell lemonade.
Yep.
If you know what I'm saying? Like,
That
we
shit
just
is
need
definitely
to
a business.
utilize those skills and put them in efforts that legalize, that
Yeah,
is
Mm-hmm.
the
legal.
ones that make coke and fentanyl and all that stuff, that's science. That's what it is. They know all the stuff, bro. It's just they've been indoctrinated to do other skill sets with the knowledge that they know.
Right.
But anyways, to address SG, yeah, we're gonna start the morning show back this week. I finally freed up some time for myself now to be free in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna start it back. Start the morning show back, and then we'll can't guarantee I'll be having the night shows every night, but hey, as much as I can, we'll be doing those. And for those of y'all that's new, we do this particular podcast every Sunday, typically around 3:30 Pacific time. If you're an East Coaster, that'll be 6:30 your time. If you're in Central time, that's 5:30 your time. So we be here every Sunday, and then who knows, maybe we'll start expanding more days eventually after the following. But yeah, so I definitely appreciate that, Tyron Clark. You've been very engaging and stuff like that, and I'd love to have you come back. But yeah, Kenneth Robinson as well. Much respect and love to all of y'all to do it. Make sure y'all tune in next Sunday, close around the same time. Anybody else want to add something else before we close?
Nah, another great show. Much love till next time, and y'all have a good one.
Hey, Todd and Solo, real quick. I'm gonna end it, but don't jump out just yet.
All right.